Nekora_core has claimed first. For this stream.
Thank you for following. for following.
Ethico!
Hello, new Neon pal.
Kicking off your workday with a fresh-baked feline frenzy.
You're watching and listening to Nyongo Bongo Dongo.
Now let's get this bread.
Good morning, Yan Pals. Happy Friday morning, buddy. Hope yourselves a wonderful day so far. It is currently 10:07 a.m. on the West Coast, Best Coast on Friday, May 9th. Now, joining me today, we have the amazing and talented artist himself, the Fox Plays, joining us for the Friday morning 2 for 1. Now, speaking of Friday, that being said, y'all know what motherfucking day it is. Let's roll the fucking clip.
It's Fuck Friday, you fucking losers. It's Fuck Friday. It's Fuck Friday, you fucking losers. It's Fuck Friday. It's Fuck Friday, you fucking losers. It's Fuck Friday. It's Fuck Friday, you fucking...
Happy Flat Fuck Friday, everybody. That video, of course, is courtesy of Gators Daily on Twitter. RIP them as well, though, because their account, I think they ceased to exist sometime last year. I don't know if they're still doing the automated... I have not seen them doing the automated postings on the Fridays anymore. But apparently that was also a ringtone from somewhere. Somebody posted where that was from. I can't remember for the life of me, though. I do apologize. But glad you're all enjoying that. That being said, I'll do a quick roll call here. Congratulations, Nikora, for redeeming the first, of course. Rickson, good to see you too. GRD, good to see you back as well. We also got some new people from Fox's side. We got the Foxy Posse in here. We got Lunar C. Thanks for the follow as well. We got Aeon is back as well on my party. We also got Ducko, who also followed as well. Thanks much for that. And we got Demon Flame as well. And am I missing anybody? I think I dressed everybody here. And of course, besides that, of course, across from me, we have the one and only Fox Plays. For those of you who have seen the Bunny Girl art piece that I tend to post on the regular, this is the same guy. This is the one and only One Lost Human. Good to see you as well. Thanks for popping in. But yeah, Fox Plays is the artist who did my my original Bunny Girl concept art. So the legend himself is in the building. How are you doing today, sir?
Hello, everybody. Hello, Nikora. Hello, Demon. Hello, Lunar. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I am so excited to be here. You guys have no idea how excited I have been. I almost didn't sleep last night because I was so hyped to be here.
Aww.
And then I fell asleep and I thought I slept past it. And I woke up and then I woke up Nyanko. I shot Nyanko a message. I'm like, please tell me that I didn't oversleep and make it so that I missed the collab. I will cry if I have to go to work.
He forgot that we're in the same time zone. But I was also at the doctor's office at the time, so
I didn't forget we're in the same time zone. I just saw PDT and then I looked on Google and Google's like, oh, by the way, that was at 1 a.m.
See, I didn't know how that happened because it's like, it's just a 1 hour change. Like, how did it think that how did it think that converting PDT to PST was somehow a 9 hour difference or something? That was like, I don't even know how to explain that.
I know you live in Canada. I'm like,
exactly.
The most off I could be is 3 hours.
Exactly.
I don't
converting PDT to PTSD. Oh, you're not wrong, Nikora.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of Nikora,
yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, funny enough, like literally just before you posted that little instructional there, my tits program had actually just finished loading at the time. But I actually never knew that was a thing. Well, I mean, I knew that, changing process priority in general. I never thought to do it with that. And so I've been running like a super bloated tits program. I've been running my super large tits for the past year and a half. Hang out for that, Pat. Not knowing that you could set to not thinking that setting the different priority for the process would increase the efficiency of it, and that's why it's been taking forever to load. Y'all know that I enjoy it. So yeah, Nicole, thank you so much. Thank you. So Oh, we got to hydrate. So both of us got to consider the beverage. That being said, Fox, what you got? What are you drinking today?
So I have my water that has been sitting here for God knows how long, and also an orange cream Coca-Cola, Coke Zero.
Ooh.
Because Coke Zero is crack. And funny that that you said that. I think we all learned a valuable lesson from this today. Okay, Nyanko has learned the valuable lesson that they need to play with their tits off camera every once in a while.
Exactly. Allegedly. Yeah, that's usually one of. Well, you'll know what to do with that one. There we go. I was gonna say, but yeah, because I had to restart the program like twice, and then and tried restarting the computer as well. And it was so slow to get started, but now finally after that, it started working. But now that I have it set to, it should be permanent that the process is gonna be like real time priority. So that should hopefully resolve that and at least keep that nice and stable. It really hasn't become too much of an issue until I want to say like everything changed after the Twitch API update. The Twitch API update was basically the 9/11 of streaming, because like everything's changed since then. But side point,
everything changed when the Twitch API attacked.
Exactly. Sir, a second API update has hit the platform. Oof. But in my tits folder is I have most people. I don't even know how much the program takes up for their space, but like I have over like 50 different custom throwables, and the program itself is like my folder for that is currently over 1 gig, which is like a lot for loading into the RAM each time I think. I don't know what it's doing. I don't know how that works. But yeah, I put good investment to throwables, and I'm definitely paying for. I also did pay for a lot for them at the time. But anyway, that aside, we have had the orange cream Coke here as well. They brought it they did have it as a limited run in cases, but now it's only just available in bottles at like the checkout. I've never really had a fondness for the Zero myself. Yeah, go ahead.
I have a question for you, because I heard that there is something amazing. There's something amazing that exists in other countries, but it does not exist in the US, and I need to know if you've seen it.
What's up?
Mountain Dew Freedom flavor, and it just has flags all over it. Like American flags. Sorry. I should have specified. Not every flag is American.
I mean,
I was not
unless they have oil. Unless there's oil there. Sir,
there's oil. Yeah, of course. Sir, you just found oil on your property.
Oh, dang it! We just got an oil stain on this flag. Looks like that flag needs some freedom. Hell yeah, brother!
Hell yeah, brother! Oh, brother, yeah!
Yeah! Exactly. But no, oddly enough,
my wife is right above me. My wife is right above me sleeping, and I have a feeling I just woke her up with the most unhinged, in the most unhinged way. She is probably going to send me a message to be like, "The fuck are you doing?"
Now you know why I scream in a shed. At least one of the many reasons. But yeah, oddly enough, I have not seen the. Because I know exactly what one you're talking about. It's the most like violently American like carbonated beverage you can get that's not beer. And I have not seen it in Canada. I've seen it on those like, you know, those obscure like candy websites where it's like imported candy delivered to your door, and it's like I saw it there, but like I would have thought it was just like, you know, in the States in general. But apparently not even you guys have it either, which is why it's like, where the hell is this American themed drink if it's not even like for like being sold in America? I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
I'll tell you why. America is not allowed to have it because of the amount of sugar. It is 164% per can.
Oh my god!
It is 164% of goodness.
It is too American for America.
It is diabetes in a can.
It is diabolically diabetic.
I want it so bad. You have no idea.
What is it supposed to be even flavored like anyway? Is it just supposed to be like a bomb pop
and
kind of thing?
guns.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. It just tastes like goodness, deliciousness in the American
It just
way.
tastes like America.
Tastes like freedom. Tastes like the American dream.
I love the
I
taste
get
of
to
Mountain
buy
Dew in the morning.
Tastes like a house with a white picket fence and putting your dog down.
Oh, God. And eventually yourself after you drink enough of them.
Yes. Yes,
So
but that's a
no-
slower process. That's where the
Exactly.
American healthcare system flavor comes in. Mountain Dew American healthcare system.
Ironic that I was late to the stream because I had to go to the doctor as well. Or at least I had to get a doctor's appointment set up because, like, for those of you who may remember, last week I officially got a diagnosis of ADHD. Surprise, surprise to pretty much everybody. Of course not. But the second half of that process is that I got to get to a doctor to actually get the end of the give a prescription. Because I got diagnosed by the specialist, but the specialist can't give the prescription. You have to go then give that to the doctor. Then doctors do all that. Problem is, my family doctor. My family doctor was like, after I left them a message to get back to me to set up an appointment, but over like a week and a half later, that never happened. So I just say fuck it, and basically go to a walk-in clinic and see if I can get to switch over the fax. Let me actually check my email real quick, see if the I don't think he's available yet, but I asked the psychologist to flip the fax over to the walk-in instead. I don't think that's happening because the psychologist hasn't responded to my email yet. But yeah, and so it's like, sure, we don't. Healthcare may be quote unquote free. I mean, sure, I know people are gonna rebut with like, but it's not free. Well, yeah, you pay in taxes, but I'd rather pay $5 in taxes than $500 out of pocket per visit. But the flip side is that you're not necessarily paying in. You're not paying in money. You're paying for in time. That's kind of how the Canadian healthcare system works. Is like, sure it's free, but everybody else going to be in line in front of you, and that's why you basically got to line up at the doctor's office as if you're lining up for, like, I was telling somebody else in line, like, because I got there like fucking 8 a.m. when they first opened, and my appointment's not till like Sunday at 11. Is that like it pretty much lining like pretty much when you go to it's like how people line up for the new iPhone drops in Apple stores or the next next gen console and game stores, at midnight the night before the store opens. That's basically the normal process in Canada for getting into a doctor's office, which is ironic.
People can scalp healthcare?
Well, it's not like they can resell it, but it's like I mean, if you paid somebody for the line spot, maybe you could probably scalp a family doctor at this point.
Yeah, I believe it. I'm still trying to get over the fact that you're able to go to a doctor. I don't have any friends or know anybody that can do that who's not like
fair.
Desperate.
Right. I mean, I haven't actually gone to a doctor's office myself in like long enough that it's been probably like a good 5 or 6 or 7 years maybe, because that I've actually seen a doctor for anything. But I think my family doctor might have forgotten that I'm even a patient of his, which is probably why he never got back to me. He's also old enough to retire at this point anyway. But it's like it's just a weird setup. It's just like it's not exactly, or it used to be fairly straightforward until COVID happened. Now everything's over the phone. But the problem is like everything's all backed up now because there's just so many fucking people coming in general. But
you want to know something scary?
Of course. Is it a ghost?
I haven't seen a doctor in 24 years.
Damn. I mean, I hope I don't have to see a doctor for another 24 years myself. So,
granted, I've had like minor, like, I should say, I've seen doctors, but I've never gone in for like a checkup.
I never actually went for a routine physical either. I probably should start doing that because I'm getting to that age too where I should probably do so. I'm not exactly the most medically responsible, I'll say that, but my immune system is apparently off the charts because of it. Or sure, food, hell yeah.
Physical, you're funny. That's not a thing.
Apparently it is here, at least when you're in like at least when you're a senior or something. I don't know. Yeah, I've
You're
never.
in your hag era. That's right.
I'm
I
always in my hag
forgot.
era. I'm like midway through my 30s. Like, holy shit. It's foxtail.
Hag era.
We're in season now, so or in demand, I should say.
Oh yes.
That's what people are saying. Now, speaking of being in demand, before we got here, we were talking about wedding stuff, and you said that you had. For those of you who may know, I got married myself back. Finally married my wife of. Finally married my wife. Finally married my then girlfriend of 10 years. Now my wife. That I should say. And
oh my gosh! Congratulations.
Arigato. That's also why I'm able to come back to streaming finally. It took us a while to. I do appreciate it. The planning process for the wedding wasn't exactly the most straightforward, but we finally got that done, and we finally we can now finally relax and actually to save us the wedding cake. We actually did preserve a piece of wedding cake in my dad's freezer for apparently the 1 year, but even the wedding cake we had in our fridge for a little bit didn't really bode too well. So I think I don't know how well it's necessarily going to last. But Fox, you mentioned that you said you had something. There's something that was interesting about your wedding that you wanted to pass on as well before we got started here, I should say.
I
Yeah.
do, yes.
Also, you're really loving your 2D model over there. You're just wiggling. Are you literally just wiggling back and forth in the chair?
Oh no, it's a toggle.
Or is that an animation? Oh, I see.
I actually no, it's a toggle. I have a button. So if I push the button, he just wiggles. No, I'm not.
Nice.
I'm not just like yanking myself in the chair. Oh, that sounds wrong.
You're just yanking yourself in front of everybody?
Yanking myself.
I didn't think it was that
in
kind of
front
stream.
the camera. No, but what I was gonna
Wouldn't
say
be the
was
first
that there's so many people that think like, oh, my wedding has to be perfect. It has to be this glorious, magical day, and nothing's gonna happen that'll trash it or harp on it or make it a bad
Good luck.
experience. I want you to know, we had everything planned for mine. It was all set and done, and on the day of, midway through the event, my wife decided that she wanted to go up and change into her she had a dress change so she could dance.
Hey, Slug Emma.
And we
Welcome,
went
chat.
up, and the hotel, which was right above us, I guess one of our guests had decided to go into our room and use the toilet, and they clogged it up, and it actually overflowed into the entire room. And we had to play a fun mini game of plumbing on our wedding day, and get splashed with toilet water. So
Ooh. Jesus Christ.
if that's not life telling you shit's gonna happen, I don't know what
Shit's
is.
literally gonna happen at that point.
We still ended up having an amazing time. My pant legs were a little wet. My shoes were a little wet, and you know what? We danced it off, and we just had a good time, and nobody was the wiser. It happened, and the funny thing is, our room got so soaked that I just said, "Screw it, we're driving home," and we drove home at 1 a.m.
There you go. The shit didn't hit the fan; it hit the floor instead.
That is my. Yeah, exactly. That is my wedding horror story. Don't get so caught up in having a perfect wedding, because it will not be perfect. Life will find a way to screw you over and put shit on the floor. Just dance.
Literally.
Just dance. That's all you got to do.
Quote that, chat. You can quote that. Literally put it on a t-shirt or put it on a one of those quotable things. I don't know.
I want it on a cookie.
But that is wild. Sorry?
I want it on a cookie.
There you go. That would take a lot of icing. I mean, you could probably put it on, if you could fit that on ice cream. If you could fit that on a cake, I'd even be surprised. Helen says, one of my old friends got married this year. Was rain. Oof. It's like rain on your wedding day. It's also ironic that I'm saying that. There's nothing ironic about that song, but everybody says that. But it's also like I think the most ironic thing about the song is that it's not ironic at all. It's just pure coincidence. It's coincidental is the thing.
I felt like that was very erotic.
Erotic? I said ironic. Ironic. I
know what I heard.
Of course. the Alanis Morissette's music repertoire will never be the same again. I mean, erotic is an actual artist, so it's like, I mean, hey, Alanis Morissette featuring erotic, that'd be one hell of a collab. I wouldn't even know what to say to that. What I can say to you, though, is are you ready to begin the actual Friday morning 2 for 1? I got a series of questions here. We got 20 questions, a couple hours, see what we can do. You ready to begin?
Yeah, of course. Let's go.
Let's do this.
It's the Friday morning 2 for 1 with Nyongo Bongo Dongo.
Every Friday morning, we're bringing you double the VTubers for none of the price.
I'm not even selling shirts.
So let's get ready to meet today's guest, recap the work week, and say hello to the weekend.
Because the Friday morning 2 for 1 with Nyonko Ponko Tonko starts right now.
Okay, so kicking off here with the Friday morning 2 for 1. Let's get the first question that I got for you. For you've been a regular both in my streams and in my chat, but for those of you who may not know who the hell you are, let's start with 5 W's. Who are you? What do you do? Where do you do it? When? And for how long have you been doing it? Either VTubing or otherwise.
So, for those that don't know me, my name is Fox Plays, or Fox if you're feeling frisky and want to touch my fluffy tail.
If you're feeling foxy.
I am a variety streamer. Exactly, if you're feeling foxy. I am a variety streamer, though who isn't these days? And I am currently in my retro games arc, where I play older video games from my childhood and desperately try to recapture some of that nostalgia high I used to get when I played Spyro or Mega Man or things like that.
And when we had functioning knees.
But I also... yes, I could jump off roofs and not feel it the next day. It was wonderful. Right? What happened? What happened? I don't know.
Natural progression of.
I also
exactly.
I also do art on stream from time to time. You guys have seen some of my art. I know. Well, some of you.
I definitely have.
I know Nyonko has seen my art. And although I'm a bit overly critical and shy of my own art and my art process, so it's become a bit more rare to see me drawing all those smexy anime titties. So yeah,
I'll throw more money to make that happen. Don't worry. There's one thing you can count on, it's drawing big old anime titties.
And and as for the how long part,
how long is it?
I've actually been a streamer for this October will be 8 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing how long have you been doing each type of streaming for?
So I started as a face streamer.
A flesh tuber, as they call them in these parts.
Yes, a flesh tuber. Thank you. I couldn't remember.
The most eloquent way to put it.
I started as a flesh tuber, and I did my first 2 years as a face streamer, and I streamed exclusively Genshin Impact. I did not play anything else for the first year.
Nice.
And I spent my first year playing Genshin, and I coded a way that my streamers could do pulls, and they could pull characters on my stream because I would wail on the characters. The first year I had every character in Genshin Impact, and I had them multiple copies because it's a gacha game. You can't have just one copy. You need multiple to unlock all of the specials. So I had multiple sets of the 5-star characters, and I would pull them on stream, and that was all I did. And I also used to run
characters on stream, are we?
Which exactly, just pulling them, jerking them around, using them in character comps, putting them on the back burner. Yeah, I was a massive whale for that game, and I was also running giveaways at the time, which is how I was able to reach affiliate on my first day.
Damn.
Yeah. That
Hell
that
yeah.
people are always like, wait, what? I love that as being one of my statistics. I hit affiliate in 1 day.
How does that work then? Because I know you need like, what is it like? It's the 8 hours a day, over 7 days each. Over a period of 30. How do you do that in a single day? Is that not just that much
they are
demand?
not mutually exclusive. I had kind of streamed prior to that, and I had met the hour requirement, but I did not have the followers or CCV, because you have to have back then it was 50
average
followers and 3 CCVs.
Yeah,
over the course of that month. Yeah. So
53, 8, and 7.
I actually kind of like front loaded it and took care of the required length of streaming, just streaming to 0 people. And then when I did I'll call it a debut stream, but it's not a debut stream. The first giveaway that I did, this is one of the things that I had to go to this streamer and apologize. I did not know anything about streamer culture. I went into a bigger streamers, and I'm outing myself. People will judge me for this. It's okay. I judge myself.
Live and learn.
I went into a bigger streamer's stream, and I shamelessly plugged myself for like 2 hours. Just going in and being like, hey, I'm about to stream. People should come watch me. and yeah, no, I look back on it, I'm like, why the fuck did I think that was a good idea? That was terrible. So I actually ended up reaching out to the guy and being like, hey, I feel so bad. Like, can I do something to make it up? And he's like, dude, I didn't even notice. You're fine. and I was happy about that. I'm like,
I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing.
He was on par with, I was going to say Shy Lily, but I literally have her followed channel right here, and she's at 10K viewers right now. He was at 2K viewers back then. I think he's more now, but yeah, he had like 2K people. So I'm pretty sure he was just like, whatever, like newbie streamer wants to do whatever. I don't care. My mods didn't catch it. But, so I ran giveaways, and I think the first stream that I had, I jumped from 0 viewers to 80 CCV.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So it was an interesting time. When I was doing regular giveaways, I had a lot of people. I had a lot of people coming, but only on the days that I was doing giveaways. So yeah, you know it. You know it.
You know it's gonna go there. You know me.
I can't wink, but imagine I'm winking.
Imagine a lot of things about you.
Yeah. You just want to touch my fluffy tail. I know it.
Exactly. We're gonna touch it. We're touching tails live on stream here.
Yeah.
They're touching. The tips are touching.
You can feel it.
Exactly.
Feel it. Yeah. Now sneeze for me. Sneeze. Yes.
There you go.
Beautiful.
We've come full circle. Exactly. Allegedly, anyway. Oh, there they go. They touched. So that said, that's exactly, there we go. So the next thing is, it is of course Friday. How did the work week treat you? Or I was going to say the last couple weeks, but no, last week. How's the week in general for you been?
I've been working 14 to 16 hour days daily. This is my first day off in 2 weeks.
Just because of so many cons,
I have been. No, it's actually not even. It's not even
day job?
Commissions. It's my day job. Little known fact about me is that IRL, I actually have 3 different jobs, but one of them is being an engineer. So I am an engineer. And for those that don't know, in engineering, you have to have a license to be able to stamp plans. Stamping plans is basically what you are paid to do.
Right. Yeah.
And our our unit just recently lost its last stamping member.
Ooh.
And my company has made the exclusive decision that we will develop all plans as if I am the stamping member, because I only need one more exam. In California, you have to take 3 exams, two 4-hour exams and 1 8-hour exam that test you on everything from the end of high school to the end of college.
Jesus.
So I am the stand-in for 7 projects, and all of them are going to construction this year. So I have been just trying to maintain everything. It is a nightmare. It is a nightmare. So
I do not envy you.
Today's my first day off. I was very excited when Nyanko said that they wanted to. Oh my gosh! Hello, Raiders! Hello.
Speaking of people, let us take a second. Ow! Let's take a quick sec here. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there, but that being said, cry VT, thanks, but very much appreciate it. What you Expedition 30? I've seen a lot of people playing that. How'd that go for you? But hope that went well for you. Take items exactly. Take it straight to the face.
I've heard that.
You know me. No, the first time I heard that before.
Let's go get
Exactly, but thanks so much, very much appreciate it. Thank you for entrusting me with the community. Hope your Expedition 30 stream went well. That being said, if you need a raid run, feel free to do so. Feel free to get the 8 hours sleep with the food, get some hydration if you need to as well after a nice long stream there. And so same goes for the raid as well. Nobody expect to stick around, but he does appreciate it. That being said, I'm Nyanko Tucker, Cheryl Colin Tucker. Today we're doing Friday morning 2 for 1 stream with lovely Fox Plays, who is joining us finally. Well, it was more finally on my part because I was on a hiatus for a good couple months right before you're supposed to join us. And so we have him back finally, and we are now doing this on this lovely Friday morning. I do a mix of interviews on Fridays, general clubs on Saturdays, and Sunday mornings, the Tactical FPS on Sundays. But good to see you. Nice to meet you. Hope you have a good weekend as well. Thanks again for trusting me in community, and also to go some sleep. I'll appreciate the lurk as well. It's nice, and hope you enjoy your stay. Hope you enjoy your eats as well whenever you do, and hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks so much again for giving the raid, and a ciao from me out to you. Back to you, Fox. Sorry, Engineer 7 Stamps, standing for everybody.
Yes. Yep. So I'm managing 7 projects right now, and just having a lovely time staying at the office from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Oof.
Almost every day.
It's basically a black company at this point. You might as well be working for Niji Sanji at that point.
Except less fun.
Exactly.
I don't know. There's a lot of drama surrounding all the VTuber agencies, right? Like, I don't think there's a single one that I haven't heard drama about.
Face Connect.
I've heard drama about them.
The coffee company. At least not recently. I mean, like, I know that.
Okay, that's true. That's true.
Like, I know their company has said some I know. Well, it was say fucking Pippa's a fucking powder keg and Tema drinks all the time. But other than that, I haven't really thought of anything like from the company that's necessarily been like notably controversial in the past year or so, or hell, even since I started, which was like 2 years ago by now. But
see, I have a sinking suspicion that they use drama as a way to promote themselves. Like, sure,
absolutely,
they might have to step on some of the toes, but I have a feeling that a lot of the drama that happens is premeditated for the bigger VTubers. I think that they use it for clout.
They use war as a means to get elected, just like Senator Armstrong. Exactly. Oh, yeah. So
Senator Armstrong.
Nanomachine, son. I actually never played Metal Gear Solid, unfortunately. I still need to do that at some point.
I haven't either, but I know
the meme. Yep.
He is a certified
the goat.
daddy.
Exactly.
Yep.
I would also vote for him too at this point. The strong arm of the law and everything else. I love having a nice strong arm on my side, you know. But
how much you benching now, Nyanko? How much you benching now?
69. I don't know.
Ayo,
wait, that's not very
nice.
much at all. 420 pounds. There we go. I don't know.
69 on each side, 420 altogether.
Hell yeah, we love math.
Hell yeah, brother.
Exactly. So yeah, thank you for the breakdown of the work week. But hopefully you're like, yeah. I would hope that you're not on salary for all that, because goddamn, that's a lot of like extra shit to be shoveled onto you, and not just the type of your wedding. For hopefully at least you get like proper, hopefully you get competently proper-sated for it. Yeah, that is totally English at fucking 10:42 a.m. here after I've been already been awake for another like 13 hours. I don't know. Those things I want to read.
Oh my gosh,
I haven't seen that in a good while. That's not. This is just my butt. I hate. Where did that come from? I hate celery. Nicole just got just out of here just airing her abuse of veg or disapproval of veg. Ow! Oh, I got another hydrated chest. Why is it thrown on my? I was gonna say why is it thrown on my chest, but that's a pretty decent. That's a pretty sizable hydration source in and of itself. Posting my experience with Nicora. They hate celery. Posting the Google Docs chat. Hoping on a Oh, I see. Yeah, I get paid in celery. Exactly. It takes more work to consume it than it does to wait, no, it's a calorie count. I can English. It's all good. Eventually.
No,
with that being said,
to answer your question,
yes,
they wanted to put me on salary and I denied them, which was very fun.
Yeah,
that was a
call.
very fun conversation. So they wanted to put me on salary and I ran the numbers. I'm like, so you will actually be paying me $300 less per month if you do that. And they were like, oh, but like you'll get all these benefits and this will happen and this will happen. And I was like, no, you need me. I'm not going to salary. And they're like,
exactly.
Fair. Okay.
Right. You know what benefit I'd love more? More money. How about that?
Yeah. Well, they've already refused to pay me the out of range salary for what I would be making if I had my stamp. So they basically
they're deliberately undervaluing you.
At the very least, yes. They're like, well, you can't stamp, so we still have to pay someone else. And I'm like, screw it. At least I'm getting overtime.
There you go.
It won't be for very long.
For now, anyway. Just make the most of it while you can.
For
that
now.
Checks out.
Yeah,
meow,
exactly. For meow.
Well,
Okay.
Okay.
Now I have a question for you,
Hit me.
Nyanko. When
Hi.
you listen to a really good song and you do not know the lyrics, what sound do you make?
See, here's the thing. I don't sing because I can't sing. But if I had to,
I think you can sing.
Believe me, I was supposed to sing for my debut when I first debuted this model back in March of 2020 of last year, and the story behind that is I initially wanted to do a debut segment as part of my debut. I want to do a karaoke segment. I want to do a debut segment as part of my debut. That is the Department of Redundancy department. I want to do karaoke as part of my debut. But so I went out and actually bought a couple like decent condenser. Well, I only bought them as a pair because they were going for super cheap as a pair, and I could just flip one, which I did. So I bought these things. I bought the Rode NT1 for anybody wondering. Damn good all around condenser mic. But
I've seen that.
Yeah, exactly. You can get them decently priced. They're good quality for what they are, especially compared to like other mics of the same quality for different price range. They're basically a workhorse condenser mic. But yeah, getting into my very niche specialty here. So I bought the things. I set them up and I went to do a test. I went to just karaoke test run. And then I listened to myself and I realized how I'm pretty sure that subjecting anyone to listening to my attempt to sing would be a violation of the Geneva Convention, even outside of wartime. So I ended up selling those things pretty quickly and canceling the karaoke segment. And so, yeah, that's why I don't sing in general. But if I had to say anything about singing something that I forget lyrics, probably just like a na 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 kind of thing. I don't know.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
As somebody who was
You can
in
say a lot of
choir
things.
for 6 years. Yeah,
I was in choir in elementary
for
school as
6
well,
years.
ironically.
I went all throughout high school, and I learned that a lot of times the people who think that they can't sing are just trying to sing out of their range.
Mm.
You have a very deep voice. You are probably a bass, which basses don't get a lot of love because the lower notes tend not to have as much harmony. So
I guess
a
I
lot
do
of
have a bit of
times you're
flair to
going
me.
kind of against the grain.
But I do have a lot of
Yeah,
flair to me. Do you think I'd be
so-
considered a flared bass even?
I
had
whatever
to.
you want it to be.
But it's I do have a kind of a weird range. I'm not gonna lie. I can't go as low as Takahata can. I try to do his Alucard a few times, but I can't hit it the way he can. I'm kind of all over the board, which is weird. I can do like I don't know. I'm told the soprano. Interesting. I think it's soprano. I think I like, hey Tony. But fuck. I don't know. It's weird. Like I have even in speech. Like I have a oddly dynamic vocal range. But I don't really know how to explain it. But it's like I can kind of just
And I completely
Yeah.
agree. You definitely have a dynamic range. You definitely have a dynamic range.
my stove is very versatile. I'll say that.
I can tell how much you can do with that throat.
Oh, exactly. You can go as deep as you. Ow!
Thank you for following.
Skrotor.
Hello,
That is
New
interesting.
Year.
Perfect timing. Skrotor the Bulbarian. I
Skrotor
love that name
the
already. Thanks for the
Bulbarian.
follow.
Ah, yes.
That is
That is
amazing.
a wonderful name. Oh my god.
And Golden Scooter the things. Oh God, no! I will Skrotor the Bulb. Welcome. Skrotor the Bulbarian. Exactly. I
That
cast
is beautiful.
testicular torsion.
Oh my god, you've seen those too.
Kind of.
I
see
cast
them around.
repel maidens, but it looks like another wizard beat me to it.
Ah, got him. That's amazing.
Oh, I
Jesus
love
Christ.
that. Oh, that is such a good series. I seriously want to make a series like that. They look so fun to make. I am just not that creative.
Oh, my weakness. I'll be 100% honest. I didn't actually know it was a series. I just know the meme. But hit me up with-
Nyanko,
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you like
You
an
got it.
hour-long video of those. They will make you laugh so hard.
you got to pop my wizard cherry. I would love that. Please
Yes.
do, because I got a
Yes. I'm
long
gonna
shift ahead
write
of me on
I'm gonna write
Sunday.
a note.
Excellent.
I'm gonna look at this later, and I've got a sticky note in front of me, and I'm gonna look at this in 2
Well,
days and
big
be
and
like,
sticky
why
right
the
in front
fuck
of
did
him."
I put send Nyanko wizards?
Shadow Wizard Money Gang. We love casting spells. Exactly. Demon Flame wants
you
you to
got
send it
it.
to him as well. Hell yeah.
Yes, but yes, Skrotor
Yes!
the Bulbarian.
Skrotor
We love your
the
name.
Barbarian. Welcome
You are
to the
amazing.
tavern.
Send wizard Grain. Oh my god,
Grain! Welcome to Chat with King. By the way, it's Friday morning. We do all things tuned in the week. Very good to see you. Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us here another Friday morning too for one of Lily Fox plays.
Meowdy Grain. Hello, hello.
Oh yeah, so
Oh no, Skrotor.
speaking of Fox plays,
you made the morning.
absolutely, absolutely. You are. I put it because I know the name's Wild Everyone's going to. Oh, you are perfect. You are in very friendly territory here. So don't you worry at all about that. As you will get to learn
yeah.
from me
Oh, yeah.
as the more you watch my streams, you'll definitely get to know just how well you fit, if you know what I mean. That wink didn't really go properly. Yeah, there we go. But Speaking of Fox Plays, let's talk more about Fox Plays. Give us a detailed breakdown of your character and tell us about your lore. You, sir. Who are you? What is your profession?
So I want you to know,
I know the
okay,
profession.
I anticipated this question. I anticipated this will be the first time I ever reveal my actual lore on stream. It has been lurking on the internet.
We're here to hear, folks, first and foremost.
And nobody. So, I was once a peaceful and innocent woodland fox. One day, I stumbled upon a magician's magical and somewhat sticky computer. It was labeled homework.
All that changed.
I was sucked
Until
into
it
that
wasn't.
computer. I was sucked into that
I know where this
computer
is going.
and got corrupted. I got corrupted by the internet and memes. Trollolol and the Numa Numa dance made me who I am today.
And that was in the homework folder of all places?
Fox. Oh yeah. It was all up in the homework folder.
So it wasn't
You
pornography.
could say that I. Or no. What? No, it said homework. What parent would think that porno is in there?
All right. Oh, that was probably disguised as the Internet Explorer icon.
You could say that I'm a Woodland Fox version of Ultron, except where Ultron got a super advanced AI in his brain, I got the free Blockbuster trial version of AOL. So my head isn't saying destroy all humans. It's just constantly spamming, you've got mail.
You've got mail. Jinx! That was too perfect.
That was amazing. I love that.
Great minds think alike, assuming I think at all.
Hey, that makes two of us.
Hell yeah. Nah, it's awesome. You already hear, folks. Friday morning, 2 for 1 exclusive.
I made a short comic strip about my character's VTuber lore, but it is unhinged, and it is when I first started drawing, so it is bad art. It is I will completely say that it is bad art.
It's an initial working concept. That's a better way to put it.
It is something I plan to flesh out in the future, but for right now, it exists as a short 3-panel comic strip that has me doing a very simplistic sketch.
I want to see this comic strip exactly me when I see a sexy comedian on a stage.
Let's see.
If you had one more panel, it'd be a Yonkoma. Yeah. You got to post that shit. More people need to. The people need to know.
Here we go. There you go.
I can.
That is
I
my
might be able
VTuber
to.
lore.
I
just
wait,
sent
I can.
it to
What am I
you
doing?
in Discord.
Yeah, I can do. You know what? Where's the button? Where's the button? I can do this. There, you get to see it.
Yes, Aeon, I completely agree. All orange cats do have the same brain cell.
I love that you used the "this is fine" thing for that. That's perfect.
I'm so glad you caught that, because I had to modify the crap out of that one.
Oh, right. Well, for one, to make sure it's not. I don't think there's a copyright. Well, it's probably, I don't know. But yeah, to make it work for you. God, that's hilarious. You better work, exactly. Love that. But hell yeah. Did you ever post that on Twitter?
I think I did when I first started, when I had like 200 followers.
Gotcha.
So it's probably been buried for a few years, and it was only available to view on my card, which I stopped posting. I stopped posting that as soon as I got on VGen, actually.
Oh, interesting. That does make sense.
I stopped posting. No, when I got onto VGen. Yeah. Yeah, because I was on Ko-Fi for a while, but then they slapped me with a slap on the wrist the second I posted not even an NSFW thing, It was just
Oof.
I posted an anime lady, and Ko-Fi was like, "Hey, PayPal doesn't like anime ladies,
Oh.
so we have to ban you." And I was like,
those anime
"What if I
titties
delete
off my
the anime
website.
lady?"
Jesus.
Yes, exactly. And I was like, I followed all your rules. I flagged my profile for NSFW, which does throttle your reach. No, I didn't get banned. I appealed to them and they said, well, if you delete the anime lady, we'll reinstate your account. And I did it, but then I was like, I'm not a
What's the
fan
point
of
at
the
this point?
idea of them controlling. No, I mean, I could have stayed Say So. I could have stayed a Say So.
But where's the fun in
Say
that?
So artist, but exactly. I don't want to kink shame anybody. There's only a few kinks that I'm like, too much.
Exactly. Like feet
I've only had to do that to 3 people.
and weird armpit stuff.
No, feet I'm fine with.
Nah.
Feet and armpits I'm fine with. I will draw those.
There you go.
I've had somebody ask for lady bits in the lady pits, and I was like,
Huh.
fine,
That's
but I'm not
first.
happy about it.
Okay, but I'm gonna complain the whole time.
Demon says I'm a sussy baka.
Oh my.
I'm not a sussy baka. You're a sussy baka. That I don't know if you've ever watched her. But
We got Tsundere Fox plays recording on GTA 6.
Tsundere Fox. Yes.
Did you say Mariume? That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, Mariume. She actually is promoted by Live 2D. She has a couple different rigging videos out, and she's actually a really good content creator. She puts out a lot of good stuff. I haven't seen her stuff in a while on YouTube, but she was putting out stuff for a good while, and she's a really fun person to watch. Very, very wholesome, very fun, very informational, which I tend not to see a lot of in the VTuber space. I'm always amazed when people put out like genuine educational, informational content rather than just, I'm going to play a fun game. Let's go, chat.
This is true. I think I tried to do. Well, yeah, I tried to do a couple of those. They they went over okay, but I didn't really have much to. I didn't really have much to contribute just because my scope of knowledge is so narrow. I was just like, there's only so much I can teach about something.
You're joking, right? Your audio guide saved me. I had no idea. To put this into perspective, guys, I had a Blue Yeti microphone sitting on my desk for 2.5 years. I never touched it because I couldn't figure out how to set up my filters and what to do. If Nyanko hadn't helped me, I would still sound like I was talking into a tin can.
Aw. I'm glad I could help you with that. Here's the thing too, is like I know I used to do was that just from the guide?
That was all your help. The way that I sound right now is all thanks to Nyanko. If Nyanko had not done what Nyanko had done, and put out that guide and been willing to answer my unhinged questions about how come I keep hearing myself, I would not sound the way I do.
No. Well, I'm glad that I found it useful. And now you can answer my unhinged questions.
Oh yeah,
I don't think this. Now the only catch is that
my favorite kinds of questions.
Absolutely. The only catch is that with my new availability, I'm much more limited in terms of time that I have available to actually do run throughs of people and stuff. That's why at this point I only kind of cater to the clients that I've had before. But the pre-existing clients, I should say. Most of the time, though, what I found is that why did I not see what redeem that came from? What the hell did that
Thank
even?
you for subscribing.
Well, that was a little bit late.
Welcome to the Nyan Fan Nation.
Demon Flame, thanks so much for the sub, much appreciated. Welcome. Thanks so much for supporting the channel. Welcome to the Nyan Pan Nation. Nice to have you with us, and thanks so much for your contribution to the channel. I hope that'll help keep me going here for another good while. Thankfully, I appreciate anybody who supports the channel, especially, and keeps the
Thank you for subscribing.
Hey, speaking of which.
Welcome
Be
to
gone,
the
man.
Oh, I see. It's good eye. Thanks so much as well for the sub. Much appreciated. Welcome as well to the Yampan Nation. Pleasure having you with us, and hope you enjoy the cool. That being said, side point. For those of you who are interested, who have currently subscribed or are looking to subscribe, I have a new. I actually did commission. Oh, we got a hype train. Damn, I didn't even see that. That is awesome. Hype train. What is it? I have a new set of emotes that I did commission through who is it?
Thank you for subscribing.
Extended reality.
Oh Jesus!
To the Nyan Pan Nation.
Fox, thank you so much for gifting the sub to Lunar. So much appreciated as well. Welcome, Lunar to the Impan Nation as well. Who the? Trying to remember their name was on the tip. Wait, it was on disc. What the fuck am I doing? Miraclaw. I commissioned a few emotes from Miraclaw. I do love the strikes emotes that I have, but I was also looking for something a little bit more similar to the art style of my main character as well. So I did commission a set from Miraclaw, who draws a lot like Nicopato, which currently is going to be react. Oh no, the all approvals are manual. Nick Gore, if you like it,
Thank you for cheering.
Cash in pocket.
Now you can see why I'm so invested in having throwables work well. Yeah, let me get. So all approvals into the channel into the server, I should say, are manually vetted. That's how I appear. That's how I don't know how. Ow! I don't know how to sub rule to automatically allow
Thank you for cheering.
subbers to bypass that. Let's see. I'll catch up with that in a sec. Oops, I did not mean to remove. I think it updated properly. Let's just double check here. I'll get to that chat in a sec. I just want to do this while I'm doing. Well, I am currently in the opportunity to do so. Who we got here?
Yanko is always an opportunist.
I'm not to worry, Penny. I'm always on duty. Exactly. But thank you both to Nakora and Fox for those cheers as well.
Range. Good vocal range right there. Also, Nyanko, for those that are tuning in, Nyanko does a wonderful impression of Meowth.
I was about to say, like, anyone time on the range, I'd be riding a horse. Yeah. I haven't done that. Jeez, I haven't actually done the meow thing in so long. I haven't done the meow thing even since I came back from hiatus.
You haven't done it in weeks.
It's been months, actually. I haven't done. Did I do it? No, I think I made it.
Missed it.
Yeah. Fuck. I need a line. I need
3
a prompt.
months ago.
Yeah.
I hate water, especially wet water. That's the
I hate water, especially wet water. What the fuck is the other?
Yes.
What was the new? Fuck, a classic one that I did. You know what? Because this is I don't know my. Well, fuck, another one that I remember another. I was playing a Risk of Rain 2 with Nival, and I think I got hit with the fucking one of the models I got hit with was Miku, and somebody's like Hatsune, and it was like Hatsune Miku, is that yo? I haven't heard until recently. Did you know that thing called? I never heard it until recently. But did you know there's a thing called dry water? I hardly even knew that was wet water. But I've heard of dry. Isn't it like a gel or something?
I've heard of heavy water.
Yeah, you don't want to be drinking heavy water, and I don't just mean it for the weight. It's there's a very good reason why. Oh, Paradox doesn't exist. A tiny water suspended with a matrix of hydrophobic silica. Interesting. So it's basically wet sand.
Huh.
But like
Can
synthetically.
You drink that,
you probably wouldn't want to.
I don't think you can.
Yeah.
Hydrophobic silica probably is pretty bad for your stomach.
I mean, at this point, we've all got microplastics in us anyway. It probably wouldn't be adding much to the composition, you know?
I love my microplastics. I love microwaving my pizza in its plastic wrap, just like the way the elementary schools taught us.
Just like the way God intended. Yeah, never.
The way Mom used to make.
Oh God! It's not delivery; it's Delicio.
Amen. Oh God.
Hey, Tony. Oh God. On God.
On God, on God.
Exactly. So I do gotta ask you. What does VTubing mean to you? Not in terms of definition, but what is its significance to you? Why? You know, I've read that, Pat. What is it about VTubing that appeals to you, I should say?
So for me, the fun fact about me is that like I said before, I haven't always been a VTuber. In fact, I used to face stream and I played exclusively Genshin and nothing else. And I used to run giveaways, and that's how I got my start into streaming. And I really enjoyed it at the time, but it landed me in some hot water. And VTubing for me was really a way for me to like rebrand and start having fun with streaming again. And one of the things, this is one of the things that I always disliked during face streaming was that I felt like anytime I wasn't doing something with my hands or being overly animated on camera, I was letting my viewers down or like not being entertaining. And, you know, if I really had to focus up on a game, it would detract from my viewership and detract from what I felt like was the overall vibe, because I'm just sitting there playing a game. But when I can make my own art assets and animate my character and have it looking directly into the camera when I'm looking away, and use buttons on my stream deck to change the emotes and you know, change how he looks, that opens up a lot of possibilities, which I really loved. One of the reasons that I never went for a live 2D model actually was because number one, I'm broke and I ain't about to drop $1,500 to $3,000 minimum for a model.
Yeah,
I have
$3,000.
You would not
exactly.
You would not. That's starting. That's for not having all the toggles and emotes and things that I want. But you would not believe the amount of people that do not work with people who have a furry-esque character. And I've told people I'm not a furry. I just use a character that looks like a furry. And people, yep, I'm just a fox. And people are like, no, you're a furry. We aren't working with you. Or unfortunately,
we don't serve your kind around here.
Yes, I've gotten that. I have gotten to the point where people have agreed to work on my commission. They've said, yeah, you're a male VTuber. That's fine. We don't mind working with you. You know, all that stuff. And then I send them my character and they're like, is this your character? Yeah, we're not doing that. And I'm like, oh, I forgot. I should have told them that I use a fox themed character. That's actually why I made the humanoid character, because I got rejected for the 6th time from an artist that I really liked. And they actually told me, I was told by this artist twice that my character was not good enough for their portfolio, which I was like, okay, I'm not working with this person.
That's a bit of a dick statement, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I've gotten it a couple times. The worst I got was when I made my humanoid character, and I think that the way that I set him up is comfy and cozy, and he's just unique enough to where he's memorable.
I'd say so.
And they told me, no, you're not unique. Your character doesn't have the things that we want in our profile. You're a male VTuber. You're not going to be relevant. You don't stream enough. You don't do this. So we're not gonna, you know, no,
yeah, fuck those guys. Holy shit.
If we decide to go with your character, you have to give us exclusive rights to redo his outfit in full design. And I really wanted their model art. I was really excited for it. So I said, okay, well, sure. Like I'd love to see what you can come up with. And they didn't end up choosing me. And then 3 months later, they unveiled that they had chosen a Fox themed VTuber with the same hairstyle, same ear colors, same tail style, and same face markings.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, unfollow and block.
They're just
These
showing
guys
off at that
are
point.
not people. Yeah, I was pretty angry about that. I'm not gonna lie. I saw that and I'm like, are you kidding me? You chose a male VTuber with the exact same thing and you changed his
Pure
outfit.
coincidence.
You rejected me. Pure coincidence. Yeah. It's kind of like getting chosen in line at the TSA. It's totally random, totally coincident. Totally.
Congratulations, you've been randomly selected. Exactly.
Yep.
It's like the one It's like the one Family Guy image that keeps floating around with the taxi cab. You know the one. Everyone knows the one. Although I will say as a side point that exactly. I will say as a side point, like not obviously, like, you know, not to generalize from this, because I will say that the concept the initial character concept that I did give my model mama, for example, was a lot more simple than the character you see before you. And my model mama, actually, I gave her I gave her the creative liberty of doing basically a full partial. Yeah, exactly. Well, I know the reference sheet was her final product, but I had another concept from another artist that I had initial concept in mind, but it was basically a straight reference to a combination of something else. So it was a lot simpler than what you see before you. So I gave her the creative liberty of kind of doing a total makeover on her, and she integrated a lot of things into this character that I would not have expected to have in the long run. So I will say that at least, like, there are times when that can be warranted and it turns out really well. And, like, you know, I am absolutely grateful for everything that Reina's put into making the effort to make this model happen. But the way that they went about it with yours, and just the way no, the Reina's fucking great. I fucking love Rin. I'm glad she's my model. But the way that yours went down, like, that is the exact opposite of what I would have hoped to experience. Yeah, you got absolutely fucking shafted for that. I can't put it any other eloquent way.
I have commissioned 6 different people. I have only received 1 commission so far.
Ouch.
Every other person has either taken my money or rejected me.
Oof. So it's either you get scammed or you get not wanted.
Yep. So I've kind of taken a step back, and for a while I was saying, you know, I can just do the art myself. Like, I'll just do it. The only thing is that takes time, and
this is true.
The nice thing about doing commissions for other people is that you kind of don't have to think when it comes to the character. You send them the sketch and they go, I don't like this. And then you send them the line art and they go, I don't like this, and I want this added. And then you send them the final piece and they're like, okay, cool, thanks. And you're like, nice. That's in the bag. I finished a project. But when it's your own, like, there's been a lot of times where I've actually gotten to the point where when I'm drawing my character, I don't even do a line art phase. I just do sketch and then add color, because I'm like, screw it. If I do a line art phase, it's never going to get finished, because I will see every small imperfection and be like, well, I know I took a shortcut.
You are your own worst critic. Everybody's going to be.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, hey, it's like, no matter how much effort I put into fine tuning my setup, there's always that one little thing that I keep thinking, like, you know, I can always change it to. Well, no, if there's something that I wanted to change, I would just go ahead and change it. But it's like there's always that extra degree further that you want to take it, but just don't quite have the opportunity to at the time, kind of thing. So it's like I know that.
You know, Nyanko, I want to tell you something. I love one, like, don't get me wrong, I love everything about your model, but there's something in particular that I want to point out. your model is amazing because it's not crowded, but you have something unique and
Hydrate.
different going on in every section. Hydrate.
Oh.
I'm thirsty.
Consider the beverage. Me too.
But yeah, I just want to say, like, it. If you look at and chat can see this too. If you look at any section of Nyanko's character, they have something going on, but it's not too much. It's only 1 or 2 up to like 6 items, which is not that much. That's not a lot. It's just enough to be like, hey, they're not boring in this one section. Move to another section. Hey, look, they've got this one thing that stands out. And I love that about your character.
Aw.
It is so
You gotta
unique
get
and so
both.
cool. And your model mama did a very wonderful job rigging all of it because yeah, even the hands.
Well,
You've got the nails, the heart.
The
comes
mama did the
down,
art. The
it
papa did the ring,
glows.
of course.
Yes.
Yeah, I
but,
get what you
like,
mean.
Okay. Yeah.
The parents
I'm
did a good
very
job
used to
raising
seeing
me.
people do exactly. I'm very used to seeing the people do the art and rigging at the same time. So I always
gotcha.
I know it's bad, but I just kind of assume that it's the same person. I know that's not how it goes for everybody.
That's not how sex works. I mean, sometimes some people may spend too long. Some people may stuck be just doing the same person doing, but wait, I was gonna say some people may be stuck being the same person doing both. But eventually somebody comes along to help you with that. But I was gonna backtrack and say, call me Stacy's mom because I got it going on. Exactly. But yeah. I always thought it was more common in the space
Stacey's
for
mom
has got it going on. Exactly. I love that
yeah.
even despite the audio, despite the desync, we can still manage to sync that up like decently well. But
definitely.
if we're just sitting here sharing the same damn brain cell. I'm pretty sure.
I love it.
But I always thought it was
I
more
love it, 'cause
common
I
in the
only got
VTubing
2.
space, right? Oh, you still got one more than me. I mean, cats are known for having only one brain cell, right? 9 lives, 1 brain cell. We make the most of it, but however we can. That's probably why we have 9 lives. But what was I going to say? I thought it was more common in the VTubing space for the mama and the papa to be 2 different people, because at least like that's what I've always seen in their credits is usually mixed credits. It's actually rare. It's actually been less common that I've seen somebody have both the same model mama and papa, and a lot of people that I know who did that are usually self-made. So it's like themselves.
It might just be the people that I've interacted with then, because a lot of the
Probably.
people that I've interacted with do the rigging and art by themselves, just to offer a more competitive package and get a little bit more.
Always will have
in
it
fact,
offer a nice
I know
package.
somebody who's yeah. I know somebody who's working on a package right now. Art and rigging together was 90.
Damn. And that is like
yeah. He did
less than a tenth.
did an
That's less than
emergency
like a
commission.
100th.
The thing is, he's an artist that I've commissioned before, and he's dealing with. I feel like emergency commissions are very hit or miss. I tend to stay away from them, but I know this guy. I know I've seen his work. I've been a fan of his work. So when I saw that, I was like, even if I don't use the model, I still will support you and get something
There you
cool
go.
out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So he actually messaged me the other day and was like, I'm so sorry, I'm super behind. And I'm like, dude, just chill. It's good. You can take as much time as you want.
Exactly. Like, what fits the definition of an emergency commission? That being said,
Typically, whenever somebody does an emergency commission, that is, I need money now. Give me money. I
sorry.
will do art for you at a reduced rate.
okay,
But
right,
you will have to wait a little bit longer to get it.
right. My bad. I mistook. I mistook emergency commission as being the other way around, which would technically be a rush fee. Serge's bleeding out. He needs an 8x11 PNG stat of an anime girl with titties. To patch the wound.
Yes. Oh God.
John Wolf, good to see you. Nice to meet you.
Somebody tell me that. Not
Really?
those specific words, but I have had
Quick
somebody
drops
tell
20
me
cc's
that
of
it
with
is-
eyes. lost the will to
I had
live.
somebody tell me that it is like desperately important to their career as a streamer that I give them free art.
What the fuck?
Yep.
Why?
Yep. I have had people do that. I have had
Well, it
people
sucks to suck. Then your
say-
career's gonna tank.
Yeah. I've had people be like,
Wow.
my debut is only in 2 days and I spent so much on the model. I can't afford to pay you, but like, I'll give you a shout out. I'm like, yeah, the
No.
shout out's really going to help, buddy. Totally.
Should have planned better. That's a you problem.
Yeah.
Like
What's
the
what's the
audacity
phrase?
of it
There's
all.
a really good
the
phrase.
Adobe
It's like,
Audition, even. What
your
was the phrase?
failure to plan does not constitute
Thank you
an
for
emergency
following.
on my end. I think that's the phrase.
Yes. That sounds about.
Union Pal.
Side point, John Wolford, thanks for the
John,
phone.
hello.
Appreciate it. Tonight's to meet you in Yampel. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Steam. Welcome to the Friday morning show, everyone. Hope you enjoy your stay. Hope you have a good weekend. Exactly. Oh, is John one of your people?
Yes.
Nice. Good to see you, sir.
Yeah,
Um,
everybody's coming in. I'm so happy.
Everybody's coming for the Fox. Exactly. And Maury's one. But what was I going to say?
You all want my tail.
Exactly. Well, a piece of that tail. Give it a tail, boy. Exactly. But yeah. I remember that phrase. I was like, yeah, your failure to plan is not. It's a big thing in fucking like business too, especially when like when like everyone the middle management is always wanting status of the project, and it's like they always fuck up the delivery. I mean, like, and then it's like they rush to the person working on the project last minute. It's like we need that. Like, I know it's 4 p.m. on a Friday, but we need this delivered by Monday. And it's like, well, why didn't you tell me 2 weeks ago? I didn't know, but I was on vacation. I didn't have any back. Well, that's your problem. And it's like, yeah, and so it's like. It's like
Oh,
when you're the one left holding the bag
I've
based on
gotten
other
those.
people's lack of, not surprised.
Best
Um,
I ever had was somebody request a rush job commission, and they said, oh, I'm desperate for this. I need to have it by Monday. It's a Saturday morning on a
Oof.
Saturday. They said, I need to have it by Monday. And I'll pay you double your fee. Like, I'm good for it. Here's my email. Here's my PayPal email. Like,
Yeah.
I'm good for it. Like, just, you're a good artist. You're in between comms right now. Just let me do that. And, I did the rush job commission, and then I found out that they gave me a faulty email, or it wasn't tied to
Oof.
a PayPal account, and they ghosted me.
oh
Yep.
God.
And that was for a piece that had multiple characters. It had multiple things going on. I ended up actually trashing the piece because I was so angry.
I don't blame you. Holy shit.
Yep. And they
yeah.
blocked and ghosted me.
Oof. So if anybody's wondering why artists why artists prefer to take payments before starting commission, this is definitely a good reason why. Is because I know a lot of people have heard the horror stories about artists ghosting their commissioners, artists ghosting their clients, but the same thing definitely works both ways too. So yeah,
Oh, it completely
there are
does.
everyone's a
People are gonna
scumbag
be
out there,
people.
basically. Exactly. And as we all learned from
Yeah.
Slipknot, people equal shit.
I mean,
Exactly.
I've had my fair share of dropped balls and issues with clients where I basically just said, "Hey, I suck. Sorry. It's gonna be a while. I've got somebody who's been waiting on a commission for," and I feel bad. I actually messaged her. I message her every month, just being like, "Hey, I'm so sorry. It's just taken me a while to get you this piece, and she's been waiting on this piece for a few months now." It's just one of those things that I keep messaging her and being like, "Hey, I don't have anything for you yet. I'm sorry." And
Right.
I'm not proud of it, but it's one of those things that I'm
Yeah.
like, listen, you're still on my list.
At least
I
you're
haven't
being
forgotten
honest about
you,
it.
But Yep. And I'm like, listen, I'm not gonna ghost you. I'm not gonna block you. I'm not gonna, delete this. I'm gonna make it up to you.
Yeah.
Number one, she never paid me for it. And I said, listen, you don't have to pay me for it. I will get it to you. You do not have to pay me for it, but it's going to be some time because I got too much on my plate. And she's like, yeah, that's fine. And she messages me every once in a while. And I'm just like, hey, I don't have it for you yet. And I'm planning to give her like a gift card or something at the end because I'm just like, at this point, it's been so long. I'm like, I feel bad. I gotta do something to make it up.
But hey, yeah, I've had that bad. The important thing though is that, regardless of the delivery, at least you're being open, honest, and giving regular communication to the client, which I think, like, for me at least specifically, is that, like, regardless of how long something took, if the artist is still in like regular communication with me and just like being like at least upfront about any sort of complications, I appreciate that. It's the more the fear of the unknown that gets people unsettled. Is like, this is exactly. Like this has been taking X amount of time. The artist hasn't told me anything. Then suddenly it's like out of blue. It's like, hey, I've got a rough draft. It's like, holy shit, where did you come from? It's been like 2 years, and this is like, but at least you're giving them. I can appreciate. I'd rather have regular updates on something that's delayed than have no communication for something that's a bit ahead of schedule, especially if it takes like more than like a month or so.
Yep. And typically whenever I do my commissions, I set them out for a month unless something comes up. And I know, like with one of your pieces, I've told you in advance, like, hey, it's going to be a while. I'm dealing with shit right now. And I've one of the pieces that you requested, I've done half of it so far. And I'm looking at it going, the most recent one that you requested. And I'm just looking at it going,
Okay.
So I'm halfway done with that, but I'm looking at it going, I don't like the blending on the gold here. I don't like how this one piece looks, and it is 2:30 in the morning, and I have work at 6, so I'm gonna go to bed.
Well, pace your time responsibly. There's no point in you don't need to try and push yourself to the point of it being a detriment to your health and your schedule. It's also why you don't want to be looking at things when you're not fully awake in the first place. Because I've done that too.
Oh yeah, and a year ago I would have had the solution to the problem, Monster Energy drink, or Red Bull. Just
you did the Scotchy thing.
You're tired? Red Bull. Oh. You're
it says right on the can it's not a substitute for sleep.
It is, and they lie.
It is only if you're a fucking coward.
At one point, even my wife pulled me aside and was like, dude, I think this is like your third energy drink today, and it's only noon.
If you thought day drinking was bad,
God, I got a problem.
Hey, the first step is admitting it. It's only 12 steps.
Yeah. So, I am no longer on the monster kick. I have been clean for what day is it? 24 hours.
Energy drink sobriety.
Yeah. I forgot that I had
2
one yesterday.
unopened monsters sitting in my fridge.
It's funny because I said that and I looked down at chat and I see Nikora saying congrats, and then right behind my computer screen I see that I've got Happy Juice and Blowhole Blast from Gamersupps. Please sponsor me.
Maybe not at this point. If you've all seen this, the whole Cinder thing going on, maybe no.
Is it? I hate to say
Cinder's a co-owner of Gamersupps.
Nyanko, Oh no, I know. I've watched all the Cinder stuff. This is how bad it is. I still would do it.
Oh God. It's the forbidden fruit. Yeah, please buy us.
It's not even forbidden. The only thing stopping me from buying cases is the fact that they're $30 a case.
Oof. Wait, the container. I thought you meant like flats. $30 for a flat would be fucking
no,
cheap
sorry.
comparing how much they go for retail.
Oh, that would be amazing. I'll go to Costco and buy a flat.
Hell yeah!
No,
just haul in the whole fork. Just haul up the whole forklift. Just back it up. Just back up a whole. Just back it up to the loading bay. Just shove it right in there. Just back it up and shove it right in. Exactly. We're all talking about freight here, right, chat? Allegedly. Drink Pole Blast and tell me it's not God's nectar. I mean, the same. Such could be said for a few things, in more ways than one.
It's, I'm at the point now where I'm thinking about getting the non-caffeinated version because I know I have a problem and I just love the taste so much.
That'd be like drinking de-alcoholized beer. Do people really drink it for the flavor? But actually, in this case, they do. I don't even drink beer itself.
I actually don't drink. I don't drink. I don't drink either. So
I mean, I rarely. I don't want to say I don't drink at all, but I rarely do.
Yeah, it's
last time I had a drink was at my wedding.
I've told myself. Yes, exactly. I went out with a friend, and it was a very like. She was like, "Hey, you're not driving. It's basically a vacation for you. Let's drink." And I'm like, "Fine, let's do it. You're buying."
Sure. There you go. Yeah, if it's a social event and I'm not driving, then sure. But like 99% of the time, I'm driving wherever I want to go anyway. So it's like I just got so used to just not drinking because I was just like, well, what's the point? I'm not gonna be able to. I'm driving anyway, so I don't want to risk that unless it's free. Exactly. If you're buying, I'm drinking.
I agree with Nakora there. Who enjoys beer just for the taste? I had my first beer was in Germany, and I got a dark beer mixed with a Sprite, and that was piss. That was just somebody peed in a bottle and gave it to me. That was horrible. I've never, nope. I've tried beer since then, and I'm like, nope, tastes the same. It's just piss.
Literally, it's all exactly. Bear Grylls would have a field day.
It's all piss.
It's all. Yeah, it's all piss. You heard. Exactly. Like if same here, all beer just tastes like beer to me, and all tastes like it doesn't taste like anything I want to drink in general. So it's like, yeah, they say beer's an acquired taste, and it's just but it's like, you know, so you basically have to hate it until you like it. And yeah, it's acquired taste. I'll acquire it into the trash can. I don't know. I'll acquire it down the sink. I don't know.
See, I feel like that was me with coffee. Because I did not like coffee for the longest time. And I basically just one day was like, I need caffeine. This is all I have. Fuck it, I'm going to drink coffee.
Well, you drank it out of desperation is the problem.
Yes. Because
I say that you gotta have an iced coffee right in front of me.
Energy drinks.
My
college
so it literally was out of desperation.
Energy drinks for one semester. Yes. I was going all-nighters. And I'm like, if I don't get caffeine, this is how bad it was. I had
typical college life.
Caffeine tablets. I had caffeine tablets from Amazon.
I tried those before
because I was so desperate for caffeine. Yeah, no, they didn't do anything. They just gave me the jitters. But I was still tired, so I was just laying down like shaking.
Yeah, it's like your butt. It doesn't make your brain any more awake. It just makes your butt. It's basically saying like, you know, the what is it? The one thing from it's like Christina Aguilera's Genie in the Bottle, where it's like my body's saying let's go, but my heart is saying no. In this case, like your brain is saying let's go to bed, but your body's saying no. And it's like, yeah,
my body was.
It's like you're trying to rev a car while it's stuck in park, kind of thing.
My body's laying down on a couch, but my heart is running a marathon.
Exactly, literally. Fuck! There was this one song where it's like, "But my body." It was a reference in a show. I can't remember what the one or where.
Everybody,
yeah. Exactly. In this case, their body is rocking, but you don't want it to. Brain says no, but the body says brr, exactly. Yeah, I tried caffeine. Yeah, but here's the thing: is like in general, like. And well, I mean, I know it's part of the ADHD thing, but like, you know, energy drinks and those don't really kind of work. I can drink like 3 Monsters and fall asleep in like an hour. Might still be exactly.
Oh my God,
yeah,
yes.
like I'm not a. You have the same thing to you?
Yes, completely. I
Yep.
literally had a NOS. NOS?
Yeah.
don't
Oh
know
yeah,
if
I know
you
those
have
things.
them.
Oh yeah, we live in
Basically-
Canada.
Yeah. I drank a full one of those and I was asleep half an hour later.
Yeah. I totally feel that. I always thought it was weird where it's like, you drink one, like I drink like one energy drink and it wouldn't be too bad. And it was just like, well, but it didn't really wake me. It gave me a little, well, it gave me a bit of energy, but it didn't really keep me awake, so to speak. But it's like, I drink, I always thought that like, it was weird how like, how it was like I drink like 2 to 3 energy. I felt like it was a thing where I felt like it was a thing where it's like if I drank enough caffeine that it would just backfire all at once and just crash me out. And then it turns out that was a symptom of ADHD anyway.
What?
Ow!
Oh. Ew.
Hi, Beetle.
Yeah.
But it's just like
We did get the beetle. Oh my god.
we actually we
talking
were just
about that
talking about that
earlier.
before stream as well, and then it's pure coincidence. Ask and ye shall
That's
receive.
amazing.
Ow!
love
I guess
that.
we're in a safe
I
zone
love
now.
that.
I'm glad. But that was perfect coincidence. But yeah, so yeah, I always thought it weird that like that like after enough caffeine, my body would just want to sleep, and it's like, well, hey, now I know the reason for that. But yeah, so speaking of coffee, I'm not one of those coffee morning people. That if I drink a coffee, it's out of desperation. But I just mean like the straight hot coffee, whatever the hell. Yeah, best mod for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas back in the day. But I have I'll drink
what's your
like
go-to
specialty.
drink? Let's say,
like if I were to-
you're they have everything, but it just can't be water. What's your go-to drink?
currently brown sugar milk tea, bubble tea, or honeydew bubble tea.
Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, we are the same
I gotta suck those
person.
balls. Hell yeah.
Those are my go-tos. Those are my go-tos. Sometimes mango if I'm feeling
Yes.
feeling weird.
Fucking
but,
love mangoes.
Yeah. No.
I gotta suck those balls.
If they can make it into a slushy, honeydew slushy with boba balls.
Yes.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yes.
There's one place
So
that I have
good. Oh my
nearby.
God, I've
They
never-
do ice cream slushies with boba, and they're amazing.
Oh my god, I've never met anybody
Ooh.
else who likes the melon flavor. You are the first. Oh,
Really?
Nyanko, I love this.
Hell
Yes.
yeah.
Everybody else
Great
is
minds
like,
think alike.
ew, melon. I've never had that flavor. I'm not gonna try
Really?
it. Trying new things is
Oh my god,
weird.
melon is fucking amazing. Like melon ramen. Like I know it's
Melon is
Japanese
amazing.
melon, right? I mean, hey, that's one part.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, hey, that's why. That was one of the reasons why my my character. That's one of the reasons why my character's like character item is melon pan. But even so, like, I know melon pan itself doesn't really have much melon flavor to it. But I know it's made because it looks like a melon, not exactly because it tastes like one. But no, like fucking the Japan loves their honeydew. Whenever they think of like in Japan, when they think of melon, they don't think of. I mean, I fucking love watermelon too, but Japan, when they think of melon, they don't think of watermelon. They think of honeydew, and like, 'cause, the emoji for melon is literally a honeydew. And like, so that's why
Can I tell
anything
you
that's a
something
green.
interesting.
Absolutely, you can tell me a lot of things. That's why you're here.
They don't. They think of the typical Japanese muskmelon or the honey melon.
right. That's a good point. Yeah, sorry, I got my melons mixed
We
up.
have honey. We
I'm
have
almost got melons
honeydew
on the brain.
here in the U.S. and in Canada but typically they like ones that are a little bit more subtle. They're not as sweet. So I've had the
Interesting.
pleasure of tasting I think it was the Hami melon. It wasn't the musk melon. I tried the Hami melon and I hated it. I hated it because it was not as sweet and slightly salty.
Interesting. There's a lot of things I can think of that fit the description. None that I can probably say on air. But that's just weird though. Because I think of anything like green Japanese, I always think of melon flavor. It's always like that one distinct melon flavor. And like but yeah, there was never. I mean, hey, unless somebody paid you enough. Wait, no, that was supposed to be me. But anyway, What is it? Yeah, I was gonna say. There's one place they introduced. There's one bubble place near me. They introduced technically they call it cantaloupe, but it was honeydew because it's green and it tastes like honeydew. But I don't know what they call the cantaloupe for. But anyway, they're also Taiwanese, so their English is a little bit sus. I heard that the cheese foam topping. I've never really gotten that.
I'm
though,
too
'cause
scared
I
to
feel
try
like,
it.
I can't remember if I have. I don't think I've tried it before actually, because it's supposed to taste like a. I might have. I think I've only tried it once ever, and it was a few years ago. But it, I think it was pretty good. Yeah, no, I did try it. I did try it from a local place. I think it was pretty good, but it wasn't something that I. The only reason why I didn't order it again was because it was a premium topping. It cost me more money for the drinks, and I didn't really want to pay that much, especially when I'm already paying like $7 for the damn thing. I actually started. Fair. Because it does add up when you start stacking things on that.
Oh, yeah.
And like, fun fact is that I actually go to my local boba place, and I go to it once a week. I usually go to it on Fridays, funny enough, in the evening when I get pizza with my wife. And so I actually got a I've been getting stamp cards for the place for years, and I actually started getting I actually bought the VIP discount card. To get like 20% off each time I go there, so I can pay off. I can pay for itself in like a month from a year from that. I was like, so exactly. Ironic that I'm the same way as lactose intolerant person myself as well. There's nothing I love more than a nice cheese. Also, speaking of nice piece of cheese, Birdie. Good to see you as well. Thanks for coming in, popping. Thanks for popping in. Welcome, Jags. By the way, just happy Friday morning. Well, things tuning in this weekend. Very good to see you. Hope you're doing well, my fabulous and feathered friend. We had her on here we had them on there a couple weeks ago, actually, for their Friday morning too. It was good to see you, and hope you're having a wonderful day yourself as well. Happy Friday to you. Or should I say Friday because you're a bird. That wouldn't really land well, but I'm pretty sure that's why I'm also not a bird.
I actually rewatched the VOD last night, and I have to say, I was admiring Bird's model so much. And seeing all the little bits and pieces that don't ask. Yeah, but I was admiring the model so much, and I cannot wait to see your next model, because you had been talking about getting a custom one. I'm very excited to see that.
Yeah, so far they mentioned that they had the Suica model on standby, but they couldn't use it because it was too big for VNet. So they had to backtrack to the previous model for now. But yeah, Birdie, thanks so much for popping in. It's good to see you. Thanks for lurk as well.
Appreciated it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You appreciate all the little bits, but also the nice big bits too, and I don't blame you for that.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Birdie, thanks for popping in. It's good to see you. And thanks for the lurk as well. Thank you so much. Always the beautiful Bird, both online and offline. You can actually see some of their IRL content on their Twitter as well. Good to check out. I definitely recommend. One thing I do want to ask you as well. Well, there's a lot of things I want to ask you. Has your VTubing experience gone in the direction you had thought it had since when you first got into it, or how has it been different? Kiss and hugs to you too, Birdie. Thanks for popping in.
Experience gone the way I expected? I mean, do plans ever go the way you expect them?
That's a good question.
I definitely don't think it's gone how I expected, but I also didn't have much of an expectation, I guess. When I came back to streaming, I lost a lot of the people that were following me, because I put out a message and I said, hey guys, I'm not doing giveaways anymore. And after what happened, I'm going to start VTubing and using a character. And you
had to get away from the giveaways, so to speak.
90. Yeah. Well, giveaways are great for instant growth and numbers, but they're not.
I do love me some instant growth every now and then.
Interactions.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, it's like those artist giveaways you always see on Twitter.
Once in a while.
And because I will say true. Because I mean, like, not to, I'm not like, not being critical of the people who post it, and not like don't get me wrong, like I participate in those giveaways as well sometimes, especially when I really like the art style. But I see a lot of every now and then you do see the posts on Twitter of the artists who do giveaways, and they're complaining. Like, I've seen posts where it's like, why are people unfollowing me after the giveaways are over? How could they only be doing this to be part of it? It's like, that's exactly what they're doing. They just want to be part of the giveaway and then leave after that.
Yeah.
You set yourself up for
normal.
that. Why are you complaining? Yeah, exactly. Why are you surprised? Because when you literally set yourself up for that, and it's like, that's just how it works. I've
always asked some people, and I think I actually asked it last week when Birdie was on. I'm pretty sure I did. That would you rather have
We can instant replay
10 people who actually interact with you, actually like enjoy your content, or would you rather have 1,000 viewers? Just straight up, just dead chat, but 1,000 viewers, or 10 people who actually like love your content and want to come back. For me, I want the 10 viewers. I'd rather interact with a smaller group of people that I get to know and get to interact with and be friends with than have 1,000 people just sitting there staring at me.
See, here's the ironic thing, is that by design, the way that I present, my stream presentation literally encourages lurkers. So I can have 1,000 people in chat and nobody talk, and I'd be the same as if I had 10 people in chat and nobody talk. I'd still be just as engaging. It's still just as engaged and engaging either way. So for me, it wouldn't really make a difference, just because I know how to carry my lurkers. At least I want to think that I know how to carry my lurkers, because I appreciate anybody that lurks. Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, you know how to yap. That right there is a skill that you clearly have developed with your time in event planning. Right?
Oh, thank you. I mean, well, part of it is also the fact that I just don't shut up because I have ADHD in the first place.
Fair. You also do anime conventions, right? So you're very accustomed to yapping with people and I've told Hanako at some point I want to come to one of the conventions that you're at, and I want to just chat with you just to shoot the shit and not even tell you who I am, and then I'm gonna walk away.
I probably recognize the voice.
A week later, I'm gonna be like, dude, no. Somebody told me that I had a unique voice the other day, and I'm like, what?
I think so. I kind of think I can see it.
Oh. Okay, $1,000 says you don't.
Only one way to find out.
Exactly.
You ever thought of getting into voice acting?
I'm gonna come to me.
Yeah.
I actually took voice acting lessons with my sister. She wanted to get into voice acting when she was looking for a job, and I took voice acting lessons from the voice actor who voices Paimon from Genshin Impact.
Nice.
And I never looked too much into it. I don't get me wrong, I would love to do some voice acting, but it's one of those things that it's like I kind of psych myself out and I don't really look for the opportunity. It's not that I couldn't find it. It's just that I don't know where I would go, who I would strike up, how I need to develop a portfolio. Cause I feel like voice
I'm in the same boat.
It's very much an art.
It is, and it's also very much a grind.
I feel like,
because one of those things where it's
you know that be aggressive and
get
yourself out
sorry,
and
literally because I
develop a portfolio.
Sorry, I didn't mean to just trample all over you there, but I think we have that same thing where we each want to try. We're each trying to time each other in terms of who can talk when. But there was this panel at the last convention that we had. Where what's his face? I can't remember half the guests we have usually. But he was mentioning that it's such a grind in the voice acting space where you throw your portfolio at hundreds of agencies at a time, and you're lucky if you only get one or two callbacks kind of thing, and those are the ones that you say. It's one of those things where you're not, the whole thing of throwing everything at the wall and see where it sticks, especially where throwing spaghetti. You're basically covering the entire. You're basically just it's just a non-stop constant stream of chucking at every wall you can and just hoping something sticks. And it's eventually something does, but it's It's like if you thought being a small VTuber on Twitter and trying to get reach on your posts was hard, like imagine being a small voice actor and trying to get any hits on your portfolio. That is not easy, apparently. So it's like, that is a grind that a lot of people, you got to be willing to like be patient with that. Not everyone has that. I know I definitely don't have that kind of patience with myself, which is also why I'd never be a doctor. Because I just never have enough patience. But
Yeah.
but yeah, it's not easy.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
It's not, and it's difficult to learn where to start, and it's difficult to know like what you need in a portfolio, because it's very much like art. Yeah, you can go out and say, hey, hire me, and it'll be just like the art bots on Twitch. And I don't know about you, when I get an art bot sending me a message, I don't want to look at their portfolio, even if they're a real person. I don't want to look at your portfolio because I didn't search you out.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
You to do art for? Oh no!
Exactly.
Oh no!
PTSD.
Oh god! Just instant cringe.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's one of those, like I've seen it with a lot of people who get very big into voice acting though. It's that they started their own projects and they just said, fuck it, I'm gonna voice my own characters and do
you know,
anime dubs. Like Takahata does a perfect Cell dub, and it's amazing. And I'm sure that he got a lot of people reaching out going, hey, we love your perfect Cell impression. We want you to come do this character.
It's literally perfect.
I guarantee you he's gotten a ton of them. Yes, it is.
Exactly. I was gonna. I don't know enough Cell lines, but yeah, like because I know he's got something as well in his back pocket that he's working on. Turns out like a TV show that I don't know the details of. I'm not privileged enough to know details of that, but I know he's working on something that's more mainstream. And I think he got some. I think he might have caught a couple. Yeah, that's a total English. Might have got a couple like spots and other things as well. Exactly.
Yeah, I know Takahata's busy. He is a busy person. I think he came onto one of these segments and he only had like an hour, and it was just shotgun questions.
Actually, we did. I can check that actually, because he was my last tier for one before I went on hiatus. Actually, that being said, I do know that he recently resurfaced on Twitter briefly. There, I guess there's something's going on. I don't want to dig into it too much because I don't really know details on myself.
Somebody,
but we'll find out more.
Somebody
I'm not.
Posted something about him. I'm like, oh come on, guys! Like, really, leave the guy alone.
I mean,
I don't know what he did. I haven't looked into it.
Well, like I don't want to assume whether it's. Here's the thing. I don't want to assume that it's like. I don't want to assume that it's benign, but I also don't want to assume that it's anything severe. I don't want to. Basically, I don't want to. I want to withhold judgment until I know all the details. Basically, that being said, but let me just double check how long that was. I know I had him for a good amount of time.
I think that's one of the things with drama though. With drama though, is that a lot of the times, like, people are just very like knee jerk of, oh, I knew this person was bad the whole time. No, I didn't know. If I find out some of the like with the Cinder stuff, I still enjoy looking at her character. I'm sure she still
hour 50
does
minutes,
a good job at VTubing. It's just she did something.
She's a shitty person.
Up.
Yeah,
and you know, it's easy for a lot of people to jump on this. At the end of the day, I don't want to hear your 2 cents. I don't care. Like, okay, I can make my own judgments. And at
what
the end
difference
of the day,
does giving me this opinion make to me? Exactly.
Yeah, and the thing is, if I was let's say I had been close to Cinder. Let's say that for some reason she and I are super close, and I found out about that. I'd probably stick the story. I'd still be like, hey, okay, like, yeah, I see all the evidence surfacing. I see all this stuff. Like, let me get both sides and let me make my own decision.
Exactly. But it's like that whole thing of like, you know, it's just, I think this is all just a spin-off from the political scene in general, but it's just like, how dare you want to entertain the opposing side? Pick a fucking side kind of thing. And it's like, if you're not willing to accept this one viewpoint unequivocally, unconditionally, then you are literally Hitler. But that aside, I don't want to get too far into that point because that's going to be straying way too far from what we're talking about. I also don't want to pull on political stuff on stream. But
Definitely.
no, I get you.
I get that. I get that.
Yeah, we're talking about voice acting.
Yeah, voice acting. Voice
Not
acting
voice
led
acting
us into
Hitler, that being said.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
But yeah, but here's the thing, like as much as people like said that, you know, I should look into doing voice acting stuff, like there's always the one thing that is like at least holding me back from that is always it's the lisp.
Time?
It's always the lisp. Like I cannot unhear that on any recording of it that I do of myself. Even on my like super high end streaming setup, there's always that. It's always kicking around in the background, and it's like I can't do anything to offset it.
Nothing kinkier than a lisp.
I mean, there's some of voices. I could use that. There's some skills that I could use that with. Maybe just not what I want to. Well, depending on it. I mean, at least not what I want to do commercially.
I think the lisp actually adds to the flair of your voice. I actually do think it adds to it. Because
I appreciate that.
If you
My
look
wife likes it.
If you look at, I hope so.
Which is most important, of course.
I'm just imagining her being like, "Oh yeah, baby, say Saskatchewan."
Saskatchewan. God.
That was beautiful. I love it.
I put the sass in Saskatchewan, baby.
Hell yeah. No, but like I remember when I was taking the voice acting lesson, she said, "Listen, everybody can do their normal voice. Everybody can do an old man voice or an old woman voice. Find something that differentiates you from every other person trying to do voice acting, whether it's a lisp, whether it's a voice inflection, whether it's an intonation, whether it's a nasally pattern. One of the reasons Shy Lily sticks out so much is because of her voice. One of the reasons why some of the other VTubers that I watch, who I have other VTubers, but I'm not gonna plug all the rest of them. But yeah, they have unique voice.
I know
patterns.
you didn't come here just to talk about other people. I don't mind. I don't care.
Oh, watch Shy Lily.
I mean, you and a bunch of other people at this point doesn't really affect me at all. But and ironically, funny that you should mention the uniqueness of Shy Lily's voice. I know that a couple other people have gotten to rather hot water for trying a little bit too hard to. She's one of those people who is often imitated, never duplicated, kind of thing.
Yes.
So
she is.
So it's kind of funny that it's rather ironic that she should be mentioned in this context. Not to say that that has nothing to do with her in and of herself. That just other people trying to ride the whale tail of her. Trying to coast on that.
That's always going to be the case. That's you do something unique that gets you a bunch of people following you and enjoying your content. Eventually you're going to have people going, "Hey, I can do that too. Look, everybody, I can do it." And everybody's going to go, "Okay, dude, like she's already doing it.
It's been done, man.
And better."
Exactly.
Yeah, like it's like Marvel doing the end of credit scenes. Now every movie I sit to the end of the credits because I'm like, what's going to be the end of the credit scene? And it's like, it's not a Marvel movie. I can go home.
Exactly. Go home ending in disappointment.
Can have a burr in my voice at will.
Interesting. I don't quite know how that articulates, and speech does text does not always articulate well into speech. When I think of like brr, I think of like that one. There's that one thing in Deep Rock Galactic where you in the gunner. I always play the gunner because I like guns. Or I like using gun. Whenever the brr happens, there's always a gunner do with the minigun who just spins the minigun freely. You know, he just makes the sound while he does it. And I think of that every time I see that now. Exactly.
Yep.
But like a Scottish. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh,
I mean, with a name like John Wolfane, Scottish like doesn't surprise me at that point. Well, especially the name was ow. We got to hydrate in the chat. Consider the beverage once again.
Hydrate. I'm gonna go for water this time.
Hell yeah! This is the first time I've almost consumed a whole medium iced coffee during this. Usually I'm like, So here's the thing. Usually my beverage consumption during stream is like shockingly minuscule. Like last time I had a medium iced coffee. I think I only drank like a third of the thing, and then I saved the rest for the other stream later that night. But now I've almost finished the damn thing. And it's like, when does this ever happen?
I'm about to drink water that smells like feet.
Oh, did you buy something from
regret
Hanako
that.
again?
Yeah, Hanako bathwater.
Hanako bathwater. There we go. There's a new
Hanako
bath bomb
bathwater.
scent for them. Wait, that's the perfect marketing tool. Why is she not utilizing that? Oh my god. There we go. Hanako, if you're watching this VOD, you gotta do some marketing for Oshi Bubbles based on VTuber bathwater.
Oh my god, yes. That would be so good.
New marketing ploy.
I already did it, John. I regret it. It tasted like feet.
Hey, just sell it to Quentin Tarantino. Perfect marketing ploy. I love that there's been like this poster floating around that is absolutely not Quentin Tarantino's movie, but it's like it could totally be a Quentin Tarantino movie. But I have to keep scrolling past it every time because it's literally the Fussy in poster form.
Oh no.
Yeah, you've seen. I think you've seen the one.
I'm gonna have to send you something because I've seen a Fussy in real life. They sell
Oh
them.
no.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
it the leg?
Yes.
I've seen that one. It's the leg
I've
with
seen
the
it.
leg with the coochie on top.
Yeah. No. In the foot.
Oh, not that one. In the foot. Oh my god.
In the foot.
I can't show
in
it
the
on stream
foot.
chat, but I'm gonna take a look at this thing.
I will send you a picture. I can't send it right now because it's buried in
Yeah.
chat, but
Of course.
I will
It's all
I will
good.
send it to you later. It is terrifying.
God.
I saw it in person. I saw it in person and was like, no way somebody bought this. And then the lady that was there was like, yes, we actually
Somebody
sell
bought this.
an unholy amount of them every month. And I'm like,
Oh,
no. She's
God.
like, yeah, it's on our bestseller list. And I'm like, no, why do you have
Wow.
a bestseller list?
Oof. Holy
Got that
shit. The things
smoker-
that people will do. Yeah,
The things
exactly.
that people will do. Yeah, everything.
In more ways than one.
Everything is a kink. Uh huh.
Is that a I can't remember if there's a rule for that because I know there's like, the rule 34, if anything there's this will be draw porn of it. Rule 63 is like everything can be gender swap. And it's like, what is there? Is there a rule that like, is there like no
Any
matter
body
what
part
exists, somebody
works?
wants to fuck it?
Any body
holes-
part can become pregnant.
Any hole's a goal, even if there isn't one. Exactly. Oh God.
None of your ears are safe.
Funny enough, Saint Cisco just did an
Oh,
ear canal
no.
body stream. An ear canal camera
Oh.
stream, exactly. The ear canosi.
Huh. Ear
We're going there now.
Oh no. Oh.
Rule 30, I
nope,
see.
I'm noping out of this one. Noping out of that one. I was love,
It's like
I
reverse
will say,
ASMR.
I've seen the videos of people using Q-tips and they're like, oh, look at all this stuff that's in my ear that this device is able to get out. And like you look, you're like, dude, you put peanut butter in your ear.
Yeah.
You just smeared peanut butter on your ear. Why did you
Oh.
do that?
It's like,
Why the peanut butter?
well, I don't know where they want to get I don't want to know where they get the jelly from for the sandwich in that case. But yeah.
It's peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter
Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter. Where you at? Where you at? No, where you going? Exactly. We're really showing our age here with that one. Oh, I remember Albino Black Sheep. That was where the days. Fuck yeah. I remember the good old days of the internet.
I remember
gotta ask
back
you.
in my day.
Do you remember the 21st night of September?
And of September.
Exactly.
Ba, ba, ba.
So I gotta ask you, has your VTubing experience had any influence in your everyday life, and if so, how?
So, VTubing definitely impacted my art and what I enjoy drawing. It kind of pushed me into. Funny enough, if I hadn't joined the VTuber community and started doing the free art that I did when I was building my portfolio, I think I would have given up on art.
Funny, I think that's how I found you the first time. I knew about you for a while before you started following me.
Really? Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Unknown.
Exactly. You've been perceived,
and that makes me so happy. But
good.
It pushed me into studying art and like different art techniques and also interacting with people. That I don't think I would have met half the people that I know in the online space if I hadn't like gotten myself out there like that. And like
that makes two of us.
Oh no! Hold on. The question was, how has VTubing influenced your everyday life, right?
Correct.
Okay, you specifically, Nyanko, my brain has associated the song Bop by Hanson with your streams. It was you. Anytime I hear that song, whether it's on the radio or at the store, my Pavlovian response is to drop whatever I'm doing and look around desperately trying to find my favorite bread cat. And then I pull out my phone and I'm like, Nyanko's not live. What do I do?
Aw. And now I don't even use that song anymore as my intro anymore anyway, which is complete ironic.
It's funny because one time I was actually at the store early enough in the morning and Mbop came on and I'm like, I should check on him. And then I looked and you were live. You had gone live. So I opened it up and my wife was like, Did you just look up Mbop? And I'm like, no, it's a stream, and this is how I know about the song, and I really like this song, and this streamer's really cool. And she's like, oh, let's watch him. And then she started watching. She's like, this guy's cool. Why is he using a female model? I'm like, no, you don't ask that question. You just roll with it. She's like,
don't worry about it.
Yeah, you don't ask that question. You just
don't worry
accept
about it. It just is, exactly.
It just is. Nyanko exists.
Just roll with it.
Nyanko is. Just roll with it. Just roll with it. And she's like, okay, I like this. We ended up watching you for like a solid hour.
Oh, I got it.
You were
that
on
is
our
the most
TV,
wholesome
though, so
story.
we weren't chatting.
Oh, that's super fair. Well, hey, like I said, my presentation is designed to encourage lurking anyway, so I'm totally used to that. And it's like that is the most wholesome thing I've ever heard about like anyone being influenced by anything I do on online. So I appreciate you sharing that with me. I do really
very very influential.
No, I'm glad that it can be. Hopefully, which is hopefully in a good way. I know it can be a bad influence on some people, especially with certain people's sleep schedules, especially now because I know they're streaming. Besides Fridays, they're streaming like 1 a.m. my time. On weekends.
That's one of the reasons why I was like, oh god, I missed the stream.
Yeah. Oh right, yeah. But I couldn't really stream any earlier than that anyway because I work on the Thursday night heading into Friday morning anyway. So it's like I'm not gonna really do much while I'm at work, which is why, at least my new schedule, this is why I stream especially on the weekend overnights because that's time that I already have to myself anyway. And it's like, well, I could just be sitting on a computer doing fuck all anyway. So it's like I might as well make the most of the time by actually going out and entertaining people, then actually like talk to people, but instead of just like, sitting by myself doom scrolling Twitter or playing a game offline or whatever. I like to be social. And one of the things that streaming has given me is the opportunity to do that without just being annoying, without just going out annoying people. Now people can come to me to be annoyed instead. And so,
I love it.
Same. Well, thanks for the Lurk Demon. You have socks on, so we're like, well, good. I'm not. Thankfully, I'm not Quentin Tarantino. So you'll be fine. Thanks for popping in. It's good to see you. Nice to meet you as well. Thanks for follow too. Thanks for participating in Hype Train as well. Yeah, thanks for dropping that sub too, by the way. Holy shit.
Yeah, Demon's awesome. Demon actually messages me every once in a while just to check up and see that I'm not dead.
that is important. The proof of vitality is quite an important detail. Free and no encounters, exactly. Come get yourself literally.
Yep.
Butt scratcher, exactly. Oh god. Speaking of conventions, those butt scratcher thingy. Who remembers the fucking? I don't know if you. There's this one guy. I think he goes to. I don't know if he goes to Vancouver skiing, but he's always at SakuraCon. The fucking the hand of the day Yowie man, and he's always like Yowie here, get your red hot Yowie here. I fucking love that guy. I've seen him. Heard of him. He's still around.
I haven't seen him in person, but I've seen like pictures.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, was he the possibly the Kickstarter of the infamous Yowie panel, but I don't really know for sure who the fuck started that.
No,
but everybody always associates him with that. Yeah, it's been around for a while.
Paddle's been around for ages. They've
also got band ages ago too.
Yeah. Well, they still had them when I was going to cons in middle school.
Oh yeah,
so it's they
didn't get banned until like 2011, 2012 or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I love it. Like anybody on the Pacific Northwest knows about the Yowie man. It's just like, it's like speaking of influential people. But yeah, it's just wild times. Speaking of wild times, what was your most memorable moment throughout your times of VTuber so far?
So there have been quite a few, and I guess when I first came back after I had my bit of a forced hiatus after face streaming, the most memorable thing for me during that was that there was still a handful of people who stuck around and showed up to my streams, even when I wasn't like showing my face, even when I wasn't doing giveaways. They still came out, which was amazing. I remember one person came out and I was like, oh my god, I didn't think you were gonna stick around, and they're like, yeah, of course, I love your content.
Hell yeah.
And it was like so incredibly heartwarming. I'd expected to start completely from scratch, back at zero. So seeing people come back meant so much to me. Like seriously, I'm not somebody who cries. It takes a lot to get me to cry, and that definitely, like, when I saw people were coming back, it meant a lot. And then there's also this one interaction. This is something else I remembered. This one really memorable thing. When I first started doing art on Twitter, I had this really cool Scottish VTuber that I became friends with, and I had gotten a bit lost in the numbers game of social media. I was really like checking my metrics and, making sure that people commented and liked. I wasn't caring who did it. I was just playing the numbers game. And she reached
we've all
out
been there
to
at some
chat
point,
one
not gonna lie.
Yeah. It's so easy to get lost in the numbers game. But she reached out after I had finished one of her comms. I'd finished it. I delivered it. It wasn't a comm. I'd done it for free. And she reached out just to say hi. And I was like, I already delivered what you wanted. Can I help you? And she was like, yeah, I just wanted to chat, dude. Like, you're on social media. Let's be social. And like her saying that, like, broke something in my brain. I remember just being like, oh, that's right. You have to be like social on social media. It isn't just
you have to actually do this talking to people thing.
Right? Exactly. So like now like I'm not the best at reaching out and talking to people. And there's definitely a couple people that I kind of look at them. I'm like, they just breached like 60,000 followers. They probably don't even, they probably don't want to talk. They don't want to do anything like that. I'm not going to bother them, but there are quite a few people that I'll reach out to and be like, hey, how's it going? And they'll be like, what? I forgot that we could talk. Yeah, social media is hard. Social media, well, it feels like a 24/7 thing. So you have to put like limits on it at some point. And you have to be willing to step back and say, you know what? Stuff is going to happen. People are going to unfollow me. Things are going to go behind the scenes that I'm going to wake up to, and it's not going to be where I left it. And you know what? That's okay.
Yeah. I don't blame. I can relate to, because like even when I had to step away for only like 3 months or so,
Yeah.
and I wasn't sure how things were gonna go, like when I was especially when coming back to a completely different schedule, because I'm only streaming half the time I did before, and I'm also streaming at a completely different hour than I did before too, and it's just like sure, a lot of people that I had a lot of people who I usually collab with in the mornings, I don't have the same opportunities to do so anymore with them, which. I mean, it's totally on me for that. It's not none of them, but I mean, I still interact with them in one way or another. But I still have on most of my regular like participants in general have still stuck around, like Nikora for one, my top mod, who is also probably not so stinky today. Hopefully she showered. But also Rickson is here as well. My definitely my top hype trainer. And also GRD Gaming too, who we saw earlier as well. So it's like, I want to say that in part, like
your
as
core
also,
group.
Exactly. And I appreciate the hell out of all of them. I'll give one, because I appreciate the hell out of all of them. I just want to say, and like, but I also think in part it was also kind of, it was like when I stepped away, I may have stepped away from the streaming side, but also just like kind of kept talking to them in general, like every now and then. But the thing is, like, the thing is though, it's like I'm just so used to being so busy in general that like I never have
I feel that
it's the irony is that I'm such an extroverted person, yet I never have the time to talk to people. But at the same time, it's more just like I also don't do the whole small talk thing in the DMs. Like if I and because like I'm also just a very low maintenance person, like my friendship is very low maintenance in general. Like I keep telling people my best man at my wedding this like earlier in this year, I hadn't actually spoken to the guy in like 5 years, and like as soon as he landed, he's from Seattle. He's from Seattle. And like as soon as he landed, like we literally just picked up like when we left off. Just like like not even 5 years had passed, and it's just like. Like those kind of people, like I can definitely appreciate, because like you don't have to constantly engage with them for them to feel appreciated. And like, but at the flip side, it's like not everybody is like, because like here's the thing, it's like because I rarely have the time to like talk to people. I rarely reach out to people one-on-one, especially if I don't have anything like that I feel valuable to say. And so the same, but also the flip side is to me is like. I will hate to say it, but small talk in the DMs kind of annoys me, because DMs for me is like, okay, you're contacting me directly. There has to be some sort of purpose here. And then it's just like, hey, how's it going? And it's like, oh, hi, good, I guess. And it's like, so it's like, and that's why I prefer like group chats and things where it's like, I kind of just like come and go as I please. And it's like, jump into the conversation if I want to or not. But like,
I guess I feel like I have to read every message.
Oh, I just kind of like skim it. It's just like, I kind of just jump in wherever the topic is at the time. But I don't like go through because especially when if you start going back to the whole thing, it's just like, it's just like, well, you don't want to risk jumping into a topic that's no longer relevant at the time. But like. It feels like you're just kind of in a group with people talking to people like one-on-one. Because also I'm a big thing. I have a bad tendency to like. I will. Small thing is hard because it feels on it. Yeah, exactly. It feels forced. Is the thing, especially when I've worked so long in customer service. And it's like you're only doing it because you're trying to fill time. But it's like when you don't have a need to fill time, it doesn't really feel like it needs to exist. But it's like, it's like I have a bad tendency where because my schedule's always so hectic that I have a tendency where I'll hold off on replying to messages until like I feel that I have enough time to commit to the conversation. Or either it's like, because the worst thing that I can. Because like I've encountered this so much myself that I don't want to risk like other people encountering it from me is like, you'll have somebody will message you and you'll have like maybe a moment to respond to the message and you'll respond to it and they'll respond right away, but you're out like you're going grocery shopping or something where you like literally just where you literally only have like maybe 10 15 seconds just to check your messages. You respond to the message and then they reply instantly and it's like, well, shit, now they're online, they think I'm online too, and if I don't keep this conversation going right away, they're gonna think that I just suddenly like ignoring them all of a sudden. It's like, no, it's like literally I'm doing a bunch of stuff already, and I just have like 10 seconds to check my messages, and then I replied to you. Now like I feel I'm online right away. It's either so like that's why I like rarely ever but it means that I'll often take like forever to respond to somebody sometimes until I feel I can commit to the conversation. It's either I leave them a message when I don't think they're online, so that like I can pick it up later when I can give them a chance to respond and pick up later. Or I'll wait till I think that I have enough time to commit to the conversation, in which case, if they do respond right away, then I can carry it on. But I never want to leave people hanging, like, immediately. Like, if they respond to me, I don't want to respond to the message right away, have them respond back, and then like, go another few hours without talking. It's like the whole thing of, like, you know, if you need something from somebody, you respond to them at one point, and there's suddenly they stop responding. It's like, did you die in the last 5 seconds? It's like, I don't want to be that kind of person on the same end.
I will shamelessly leave people on red. I will shamelessly reply and then disappear for 4 hours and then pick up the conversation and be like, hey, where'd you go?
I mean, like, there's probably inherently nothing wrong with that, especially if we consider all conversations perpetual. But like, I don't know, that's just a me thing. And so it's like, that's kind of why I prefer like the Mayor's gotta be a power fantasy rom com. Exactly. What is it? That's why, like, the way I have, like, for me to be a way that I like to be social is literally just like kind of dropping in and out of activities. Like, that's like with people. That's why, for example, my like my collab server, it's a portion of my main server, is just like, you know, I slap up a collab each week, and then, you know, people show up, great. If people can't, you know, no big deal. But like, I just like kind of vibing and just hanging out with people, even if I'm not actively talking to them. And so that's why I'm kind of grateful that I have so many people who are just like kind of similar vibe. Like, I don't have to be in constant communication with them for them to appreciate, like, the fact that I want to engage with them in some way. Because it's not like... You also
don't have to constantly be on. Like, it feels like you have to be on, like, I don't want to say turned on, but, like, you have to be active and engaging. And, like, sometimes it's just like, dude, I don't have the mental bandwidth. My wife and I say, we don't have the spoons for this today.
Yeah, exactly.
My drawer can't handle this, so I'm not going to be active. And, you know, some people are like, you should be prioritizing me. And then other people are like, yeah, that's fine. We'll talk tomorrow.
Exactly. And, like, that's why, like, here's the thing. It's like my, you have to be constantly, exactly. Well, hey, good thing you're watching me for that, right? But it's like... Exactly, especially when I get especially when I get my bunny suit done, as an actual like model, as an actual like model outfit. Fun fact: they actually have to do an entirely new model, but they can't just slap it on the current model. They actually have to duplicate the model and make it its own thing. So instead of doing a transformation sequence, I'm basically going to be switching up models each time, which I'm not going to say no to that. It means that the quality is going to be there. But what was I going to say to that? Is negatives of the cat get anything exactly? Oh yeah, well, exactly. But yeah, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, because my I think my Discord server actually has more content creators than general viewers. Which is like,
I believe that.
Because I just can't, like, over my travels, I'm just such an extrovert. I just kind of yoink people left and right and like, hey, let's, do something eventually. And then we just like, I don't want to say it's a dumping ground, but it's like, hey, I plan everything through here. If you want to do something with me, here's the place to do it. So I'm not have to reach out to people individually. And so it's like,
yeah.
And so it's just like, I know my server definitely is not the most active compared to anybody else, but I actually like it that way. It's less for me to like have to manage for one thing. It's also, I don't feel obligated because I know some people do, you know, they'll do like community game nights or movie nights. Like if I had the time, sure, but I also have like family obligations too. I literally just got married. I have a wife to take care of, or the wife to like, you know, be there for. So it's like
Same.
yeah, exactly. So it's like
I
the
get
limited
that.
free time that I have. Yeah.
I totally understand that. I do the same thing. I would love to host community game nights and movie nights, but at the same time, I can't justify it to my better half that I'm going to go sit in front of a computer screen for the next 2 hours instead of taking her out for sushi.
Exactly. Especially when it's just like, you
And
know,
that's-
or just sitting on the computer watching a movie in Discord. I don't know. Hey, it's actually pretty decent. Can I have a take over? Sorry, we don't have any extras. Sorry, wife machine broke. Exactly.
Gotta print out a new one.
Just rev up the 3D printer.
Yeah, 3D printer.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck. Yeah, it's like but what I do like though is that, you know, I just have a bunch. But I feel like kind of I feel like, I don't know. I kind of just feel like community kind of expects that of me. Where I mean, not expects that I do things with them, but expects like the way that I will interact with them. And so it's just like, you know,
I think that's just a content creator thing.
Exactly. We all know that we're also other busy people, and it's just like we don't expect the need to be constantly interacted with in order for our friendship to be validated. And it's like at least that's how I see it. And so like I just appreciate having people there, and I appreciate having people be available when I do things. And just like I don't really ask much more than them of that. And so that's why like I'm not concerned if I don't have an active Discord. I'm not concerned if I don't have an active chat. I'm just glad that people are there and willing to, you know, be there for me and think of me in the first place, regardless of how often they interact with me. The fact that it's available in the first place is all they can really ask for.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like, that's why it's, and I know as well, like kind of awful. I will say, I know my demeanor offline is a lot more low key than it is here. Not to say that I'm like, you know, putting all that energy into being performative on stream, so to speak, but it's like, this is kind of the, you know, this is kind of the opportunity that I have to actually, you know, be vocal as opposed to doing everything in text. And it's like when everything is text form, you know, it kind of like it also takes more energy to be lively in text form, I guess I want to say, than it does just to be like, sitting here on stream just like being myself. It also conveys a lot better when I'm on.
Smiley face and a heart. You can't use
Right?
a smiley face and a heart. That means you hate them.
Heresy. Exactly.
Yeah, I sent a heart in a group text and they thought I was angry. I'm like, I sent a heart, and they're like, you didn't send anything else, and I'm like, yeah, because I thought the heart emote, like, I heart you. They're like, yeah, but you didn't say anything. I'm like, I called you right after.
Okay, that's like that one. That one. I remember this whole thing of like, you know, you give a thumbs up in the wrong country, they think you want to tell them to go fuck themselves. It's like,
Yes.
hello.
Yep. Yeah. So I was told to go watch a video on Gen Z texting etiquette.
Ooh.
And like the number one thing that they said was, don't ever send a red heart or use proper grammar or use periods. If you use a period in a sentence, that means you're done with them. End of the line.
God.
If you
Gen
use
Zs
a
would
heart,
hate me.
that means, and then they said a red heart is considered you don't care about them because you're not willing to do more than the basics. So they're like, even if you like do any other emote, it's better. I'm like, okay,
you're
I'm
not
just
really
gonna
being
send
a team player.
No, so I just send middle finger emotes now.
It's like, when did Gen Zs become middle management? Middle finger emotes is amazing. But yeah, it's just like, they would hate because like I do proper grammar, I do periods, I do hearts there all the time, and so it's like that's a little how I just talk to people. But it's like, wow, I don't even know what to say to that, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know, I don't try and play up my interactions offline. I guess the way I want to. I mean, hell, I barely even play up my interactions online either. I mean, sure, I may have some mannerisms every now and then reserved for on-stream use, like mainly just because it's kind of cute to throw things in every now and then. But it's like I say every time, you come here to my stream, what you're getting on stream. What you're getting from me on stream is the same thing you get from me off stream, at least in a voice chat. I mean, like I said, not everything that I'm doing in front of you right now is going to be conveyed properly over text, but it's like you hop in me on a Discord server in a voice call, you're going to get the exact same me as you're getting in the stream right now. That's how real. I'm keeping it real, guys. I'm keeping it real, dude. I'm keeping it real, folks, for the people who are familiar with that terminology back in the day. I'm also dating myself here. Fuck, I don't even know where I was going with that. But yeah, the TLDR of that is basically like as much as I am a social person, I don't feel as much as I'm an extrovert. I don't feel the constant need to talk to people to at least be able to value them. And like, I hope that most of the people that know me can understand like being the same way. But enough about me. Let's go ahead.
Enjoy the activity, but be comfortable with the silence. That's all I can say.
Exactly. And I was gonna make a I was gonna say when we're getting hanky panky in the movie theater. I don't know. I was trying to think of something, but I couldn't really segue into that properly. So it didn't exactly land as the way I thought I wanted it to. See, some of these things can be hit or miss sometimes. Sometimes I'm just really on the ball with things. Sometimes the ball just dropped. Depends on the time of day. Depends on how awake I am. Depends on how much gas is left in the tank. But fuck, what did it? Are you asked the thing about the most memorable? I asked the most memorable moment question, right? And I can't remember the answer now.
You did the most. Yeah, you did. Yeah, that was the last one you asked.
And what was that moment again? I can't remember myself. I'm sorry.
So I said that it was coming back after my hiatus, and then like people still being there.
Yeah.
And then there's one more.
I remember it now.
My friend telling me to be social on social media.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah. Oh right, and then that's where the whole conversation came from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see myself getting along with that person. Not gonna lie. But anyway,
that's fine.
What was the greatest challenge that you had to overcome in order to grow as a VTuber? Speaking of social media, here's my Discord.
Grow. There's your Discord. Yep. Your Discord. That's what I had to overcome. No. I mean, I don't think I've really grown as a VTuber, as weird as that sounds. I think since I started VTubing, funny enough, I don't think that I've really gained anything in terms of followers on Twitch. I think only about 100 people, maybe, since I came back. So 5 years, 100 more followers. But I've learned a lot. So I've learned that I need to just get out of my own head. Like it's super easy to get paralyzed when you're hovering over that live button. And there's a lot of people that struggle to push it. And, there's definitely a lot of days where I'm looking at it going, well, what if my model doesn't work? Or what if I didn't set up this one thing? Or what if nobody shows up? What if I didn't, blah, blah, blah. Push the button. That's all I do now.
Push the goddamn button.
If I'm panicking, push the button. Whatever you think there's a problem, it's not. And if it is, you'll fix it. Just push the button. You got to hit the button.
Just like my tits. Exactly.
Yep. Push the buttons. Exactly. You've got two of them. Push the buttons. For my art though, because I'm looking at my content creator experience as more than just Twitch. And in terms of my art, my biggest hurdle to try and overcome is overextending myself. There have been a lot of people who want art that I simply don't want to work with. And I've had a fair share of people try to bully or bribe me for free art. I've gotten the I'll only hire you because you're cheap. I've gotten the saddest thing that I ever had happen was one of my very close friends saying, "Hey, can you do a piece of art for me?" And I said, "Well, I just opened up my VGen. I'd love if you could commission me." And she took one look and said, "Hey,
Ricky, good to see you. Thanks for popping it." Ooh.
And I was like, "I'm sorry. Like you were very adamant about me starting this and like becoming bigger and doing all that."
How's it going, Ricky? Hoping in well.
Yeah, well, I can't
Good to
afford
see
you.
you.
And
Happy
I had to
Friday.
just go, "Well, I'm sorry
sucks
that's
to
the
suck.
case. Like I'm not gonna comment on your financial situation because you're hiring other people."
Exactly. Your finances are not my problem.
Yep. And then and I've also gotten the if you draw my character for free, I'll give you a shout out because I've got 10,000 followers or 5,000
a shout
followers.
out. Great. How many of them are bots? Kind of some people still
No, you shout out to 5,000 people. That is 5,000 confirmed. 100% will commission you.
Ricky, hope you feel better soon, homie.
Mind. That is how that works. Every single person who's ever asked, I'm like, do you think if you give me a shout out, every single person that follows you is going to come commission me? And they're like, yes, 100%.
Much love to you too, Ricky.
So I've had to. I've also gotten the why should I
one. I was gonna say you go to the store. It's like here's one exposure, please. It's like it's like
yep.
The ring was like that'll be $20 for that'll be like $25 for gas. Do you take exposure? No, we do not take exposure.
Yep. And the worst one that I've gotten has been, why should I pay you? AI does this better and faster. And they'll yoink my sketch or they'll take whatever I've finished and they'll go, I want a refund. I'm going to throw this into AI. And they do. And so
good fucking luck.
Probably about 9
AI has no
commissions
soul.
of mine. 9 commissions of mine. I've gotten to the point where they're at the final revisions. They're happy with it. And then I get a refund request and I'm like, deny. And then they just appeal
they charge
it
back?
and it gets, chargeback. So
Oh,
I have
God.
had to chalk up a lot of my time spent doing art up to this point as a learning experience.
Oof.
And just, it's gotten to the point where there's some people that if they give me a wrong vibe, I'm like, I've had somebody who was like, he was good on payments, but he kept going bigger and bigger and bigger. And there was a point where I was looking at it going, yeah, okay, he's doubling the cost of his commissions every time. Like, not like, oh, he went from $15 to $30. It was like he started at 100 and then he went to 215 and then it was 450 and then he wanted something. And I'm like, yeah, I don't feel comfortable with this. Like I know what you're asking me to do. And I know that at some point you're going to screw me over because
right. This is not adding up.
Yeah. No. So there's been some people that I'm like, nope. Just no, I'm noping out of this one. I don't care if it's $800 that could potentially
Seems
be in
a
my
little
bank
sus.
account. I don't trust it. It's too good to be true. And I've learned a lesson that if something feels too good to be true,
it usually
maybe
is.
it is. Yeah.
Exactly. There's a point where it's like, there's a point where it's like, or it's like, not to say like, the self-reflection is like, my art is not necessarily worth, I'm gonna read that, but my art is not necessarily worth that much, but more like the amount you're giving me for what you're expecting me to do isn't exactly lining up with the, what is expected to be reasonable. This is basically, it seems a little bit, it's, the offering kind of outweighs the asking price, so to speak.
Yep.
But it's one thing as well that I kind of got the one thing as well that I kind of got the opinion of, at least, and when it comes to I'll pay you an exposure kind of thing. This was even before I became VTuber and got so involved with artists. But it's like even back in the music scene, like DJ scene, where it's just like, people think that people think that exposure is some sort of like high value opportunity thing, and it's just like the way that I see it in general. Not just when it comes to just like artists or music specifically, but in general, anything in the creative space in general, is that accepting work for exposure only shows other people that you're willing to accept work for exposure. So all that accepting work for exposure is going to do, sure, it's going to expose you to more opportunities, but it's going to expose you to more opportunities that are only going to want to pay you in more exposure. So they're just getting this endless chain of basically a multi-level marketing opportunity that's just going to end with you doing a bunch of things for exposure and not actually making any money, because sure, you're making a lot of contacts, but they all want you for the same thing. They think it's going to be like, oh, you're branching out and meeting all these new contacts. It's like, it would be great, but none of them are going to pay me, so what's the fucking point? At least in my opinion, anyway.
See, John says, generic skeevy person. Hey, while I don't have money bucks, I do have 5,000 shout out bucks I can pay you. Hey, why are you running away? Yes.
Hold on,
the answer. The answer to that one is yes.
I got a voice. Hey, while I don't have money bucks, I do have 5,000 shout out bucks I can pay you. Hey, why are you running away? Get back here. Don't you want this lovely exposure? I made it just for you.
That's amazing. That was beautiful.
Oh,
that was really good, actually. I'm telling you, you have a very good vocal range.
Well, thank you. I know what I can. I guess being Italian.
Good, what Brooklyn accent? Is that it?
Hey, that's where my accent used to live. Hey, you.
Yeah.
Get a load of this guy. He says I got a good accent. Next thing you know, I'm going to be pulling out a Red Eyes Black Dragon. Probably out of my ass.
I don't know. The Red Eyes Black Dragon?
The Red Eyes Black Deep Dish Pizza. The Red Eyes they're Black Deep Dish. I don't fucking know. Sorry. A bit the dusty in the old shed here. I don't know. I remember back when I like about this time last year, I played wow, it's already been a whole fucking time in the space moves so weird. I felt like I played New York Rat Simulator once. I felt like I was playing that like in like late summer. I think I was only playing it in like May. I can't remember what I played. No, I played Rat Shaker like shortly before I did. But it's like I look back at some of my schedules and I think that I was playing things at certain. I thought that it was like so much time had passed. It was weird. Time was such a weird thing in the space. Like when I didn't fall into my regular routine until like super late in my VTubing time in the VTubing space, and I look back at some of the things that I played, and it's like, wait, I only played this in May? I thought it felt like it was like August or some shit when I did this. It's like I did a lot of like one-off streams for things. Like the first time I played up the Brooklyn accent like a lot more heavy was. I did a stream for a game called I did a one-off stream for New York Rat Simulator. I did that once, and I played up the whole like New York thing, and there's just like that's where I kind of got the start of like kind of leading into the Meowth thing. But it's just like that was it's just like that was even before I realized that you got to make your model bigger on stream if you want people to see it. But it's just like, wow, that was like that was almost a year ago by now. I was like, wow, that was wild. I don't even know where I'm going with that.
Yeah. The only game I've seen you play is Crab Champions.
Pretty much.
Everything else has just been collabs and yapping.
Basically. I mean, if you see me on Sunday, well, I guess Sundays we were going to run at a bit of an early time for you because I was like, especially with like.
And I have seen you play Deep Rock Galactic. Yeah.
Yes.
I have seen you play Deep Rock.
Rock and Stone. Exactly. Fuck, I forgot to confirm the party for tomorrow morning. I'll make sure to do that for the stream because I meant to run that last week, but I got to. We kind of did a bit of a switch up in our timing because people didn't show up right away for Backrooms, so I ended up doing Crab Champs for the first like half of the stream. Then we played Backrooms for the second half of the stream when I should have been playing Backrooms for the first half and then Deep Rock for the second half. So I think So first half of Saturday is going to be Saturday at 1 a.m. Pacific time is going to be a crab chance for the first 3 hours. Then we're definitely going to do Deep Rock from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. After that. So we're gonna get the party made up. I believe the party was Nikora, Finley, and Evan DJ. So I got to touch base. I forgot to put out the tag. I forgot to put out the 3 tags for that. I can't remember if Evan said he was available, but yeah, I put it in an open call, but I forgot that we already had an existing party. Back in the dev. Yes, the prison room. The electrical room.
You are just busy. You are a busy person.
I know. I'm just all over the place. I guess one of the side things that from what I learned about running events for so long. Exactly. You know, I was like a busy right chat. So it probably wasn't. I mean, hey, we still got that. We still got through that like relatively quickly. Even with I found that the change in that game for that level was actually not as bad. I actually kind of preferred that over what it was before. I guess what I was gonna say is like the time that I've spent doing all the convention stuff. Because I'd run multiple departments simultaneously, especially doing like high profile departments such as the programming schedules, audio visual, even helping out with like cosplay contests, logistics, and a couple other things. I had a lot of things on the go. I had a lot of high profile things on the go at once, but I figured out ways to like manage them like simultaneously. So I did a lot of multitasking and found ways to like optimize multitasking as much as possible, which definitely helped me in my transition to VTubing, and especially just like because for me, like I keep saying this, but like everybody in the VTubing space, especially because there are not a lot of. It's rare to find an extroverted person in the VTubing space, but it's like for a lot of people, like collabs are a big for them. They don't do collabs like. Some people rarely do collabs at all, so the opportunity to collab is always is like a big thing for them. So they do the promo PNGs, they do like the big announcements, and they're like they're stressing about it for weeks, and it's like they finally get it together and everything, and it's just like because there's like this big major event to them, and for me it was like, hey, it's Saturday. Here's the game. Here's the time. Who wants in? And I just like run that every week, and it's like for me, I just don't think of it.
That's what I did for my game show. I actually ended up spending all weekend preparing and getting things ready and doing a whole bunch of promotion, and like I made it this big thing. And at the end of it, I was like, oh my God, like Hanako even reached out afterwards and was like, okay, here's the good that you did, and here's everything that was bad. And for the next one, you really should do this, and then this, and this, and then I had that happen with 2 other people from the game show, and I was like, man, I really like the game show. Oh boy, did I overestimate how much I would be able to do, because I got to the end of it. I still haven't even finished making the clips, and at this point, I'm just looking at it going, yeah, I'm not gonna make the clips. I'm not. I clipped them. People can go download the clips.
I was talking to Lemon, Big Papa Lemon, actually after his award show as well. A kind of similar thing where it's like, I think it was his first time doing that as well, and it was like as much as you think you know everything, as much as you think that you're gonna know everything you expect, there's a lot more that hits you like once things start rolling that you just never thought to account for. So it's like,
yep.
I mean, when it's everybody's first time doing a thing like that, especially to scale, like, you're never going to get it right on the first go. And so like, it's kind of one, I will say, like, for all the things that I run, at least in the stream, at least in the VTubing side, it's rare that I do something like that large, I guess I want to say, in terms of scale. Not necessarily, maybe not in terms of scale, but just like, I rarely do things of significance, I guess is the way I want to put it. So it's like, if anything, or it's like, it doesn't need a lot of planning, it needs just enough planning to function kind of thing. So it's like, but I've learned that the nice thing about the streaming space as well is like, especially with like how regular the things that I do is like, and especially when compared to running events, like, you run an event, if something fucks up on an event, you got to wait an entire year, especially if you only do like an annual event, you got to wait an entire year before you can think you can get it right again. It's like, by then you probably forgot what you did last time, and you're probably going to fuck it up again. But in the streaming space, it's just like, you fuck something up once, it's like, okay, great, patch that up, we'll we'll identify it, we'll patch it up,
Take it from the top.
send it. We'll send it again tomorrow, and we'll fix it then. It's like you have a lot more. I feel like you have. This is something that I think this is a key point that more people need to learn about both streaming, about VTubing and just streaming and even just content creation in general in the online space. Like, you have more freedom than you think. Maybe this is phrasing. Is that, I was gonna say margin of error. Margin of error is not the right term. But it's like, you have a lot more freedom than you think to fuck things up as much as you want and still have the opportunity to fix it, like, within a short amount of time. Or it's like,
deviation.
Yeah, basically, like, yeah, you have a lot more room to get things wrong and not have it be catastrophic. Not be something that's irreparable,
I think margin
basically.
of error does work there.
Yeah. Because it's like I said, you fuck something up in a stream, hey, you're going to stream tomorrow anyway. Fix it up overnight, put it back together, and you're good to go. And then the pacing in which you can improve yourself in the streaming space is like, you can learn so much super quickly from like the things that from what you realize you did wrong in the previous. What is it? Fail fast, I think is the way I want to say it. And it's just like, you see people sometimes where they're stressing about this one thing that they got that like didn't work out in a stream and something. And it's like, okay, great. You saw what happened. You saw what didn't work. Just patch it up and send it next time. As long as you don't spend the whole stream on it. Yeah, too. Yeah. I would hope that somebody at least tells you at that point. But it's just like, I was going to say, you basically, you have the flexibility to fuck up and like be able to fix it pretty quickly in the streaming space. That's why streaming doesn't stress. As long as the basics all work, I'm fine with it. But it's like, streaming doesn't stress me out. I literally stream for fun. I stream I stream for leisure, basically. And it's like, so it's like, that's why I never get burnout for. Ow!
Thank you for cheering.
And the crowd goes wild.
Well, Fox, I appreciate that. Thanks so much for the 100 bits. I do really appreciate that. I was like, stream for ice cream, exactly. But yeah, I want to say, I'm sorry for taking so much of the interview that's supposed to be about you talking about myself, but it's like,
no, this is fine. I love the banter. I love chatting, and I love hearing about your own journey through the VTuber stream, because I enjoy your content.
GTuber scene.
You got
Journey to the G spot.
Yeah,
exactly.
the GTubers. Yeah. I've enjoyed
Journey to the G spot. My new album name dropping next week.
Oh my god, yes. Nyanko's reaching his rap career. It's only going to be a couple more months before he starts his own crypto scheme.
Oh god.
The end all goal for all streamers and content creators. Rap career immediately followed by a flop meme coin.
I mean, I'll be honest, a lot of people probably don't know this, but ironically, I actually came into VTubing. How do you think I can wait, no.
Did you use protection?
I was no, I just raw dogged the whole thing.
But
no, I actually kind of dabbled in the crypto scene before I became a VTuber. Long before I became a VTuber, so there was a good degree of time of separation between the two. So it's like I kind of already know my way around that space. But no, there's a ton of bullshit going. Don't do it, kids. Don't do it. This is me telling you not to do it.
Don't crypto scheme, kids.
Exactly. Don't dabble in the magic internet money. You're not gonna make into the Shadow Wizard money gang. Right. Right. Streaming and stuff. Yeah, because the big thing is like, I stream in the time that I have. The time that I do have off usually in the weekends is I'd rather spend it streaming than kind of doing other things that I can only do at like 1 or 3 in the morning, whatever the hell. And it's like, I think that's also why I never got burnout, is because I never feel stressed about stream. I never feel that like I'm obligated to stream kind of thing. It's more just like, you know, I'm here, I enjoy it. It's like I never needed a break from streaming because I use streaming as a break from other things. It's not necessarily an escape. It's more just like, this is how I unwind. This is kind of, ironically, this is how I relax. Is the best way to put it. I think
it's also the fact that you didn't overdo it, because a lot of people get burnt out when they overdo it, and then they're like, oh, I don't have time for anything else in my life, and now this thing that I did as a hobby has become a chore. That's one of the reasons I was able to go for 2.5 years without taking a break with art, because I didn't overdo it and I didn't take on too many commissions. But the second I started taking on too many commissions, even my wife was like, you're taking on a bit much there. 7 commissions in 1 month is a bit much, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that is. Especially since the commissions are taking upwards of 14 hours.
Oof.
Let's go gambling.
Yeah, that would make sense. That would definitely do it. The fishing broke. Ugh. Damn you, Twitch. Why did you have to fix something that wasn't even broken in the first place? The API broke it. It's how long did it last? It lasted 3 hours. I mean, not even I can last that long in general. Well, not when streaming anyway. I mean, no, I can last that long when streaming, not so much in other things.
Weak.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I can't.
I'm already a hag at this point. I don't quite have the stamina that I used to. 1 more hour, we call it. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. 1 more hour, we call the doctor. At that point, it's been 4 hours. So yeah, definitely. Sorry.
I want to hit the 4 hour mark. That is my goal.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
I want people to be worried about me. Be like, dude, you've been streaming for 4 hours. You good, bro?
Oh, right. Talking about streaming again. Sorry, I thought you meant the other thing.
Yeah. What did you think? What did you think we were talking about?
Marathons?
Nyanko's got his mind in the gutter.
Hey, it's never left the gutter. Sense. Yeah, exactly. I mean, on this day in particular, when he's able to stream for that long myself, because it's later in the day that I want to be running, basically, and not to say that I'm trying to rush or anything. It's more just like my morning time. I try to stream as early as possible in the morning, so I don't run too late in the middle of the day, especially when I haven't slept yet. But I had some errands that I had to do in the morning, especially with the whole doctor thing. I already told everybody about that. But like overnight, I mean, I usually run from 1 a.m. to 7 a.m. on average. So I usually stream an average about 6 hours a night during the overnights, on the weekends anyway. But it's like that comes kind of just second nature to me. Like I said, because I've spent so long in the convention scene. Like when you're running around, when you're spending 3 days of an entire week, when you're spending a 3-day weekend running off your feet basically for 16 hours a day, fueled by nothing but a granola bar and a can of Arizona iced tea on each day in particular. You get used to making a lot with not very much. Exactly.
Yep.
And so like I already used to, just like forgetting to eat and drink and stuff, but it's like
oh yeah, perpetual problem.
Yep. So, going to the streaming space is like, I've streamed for, 10 or 12 hours before. People have been like, holy shit, how are you going to stream? It's like, I think one night, I started like 11 p.m. or something, to stream until like 11 a.m. or whatever the hell. But people be like, holy shit, how the fuck are you running so long? It's like, I'm just used. I didn't really think anything of it because, I just, take a bathroom break. I'd make me a bathroom break or every like 4 hours or so. And just like, I don't know. It's just, and I'm streaming an average, just on average, like 6 hours a night in the overnight. Just like some people they get exhausted after like 2 or 3, and just like, I mean, I used to stream when I first started, I used to only stream for like 2 hours, and it's like, this doesn't feel like much at all. And so that's why during the weekdays is when I used to stream in the weekdays. I mean, I know Friday technically still counts as a weekday, but it's still the end of my work week heading into the weekend. But it's like, I extended it to 3 hours because I didn't feel like it was enough, and like even then I'd still like overshoot my time slot like so many times in general, just on just like that's what I was used. That's just the kind of stamina I was used to when it came to just like Well, also, I mean, yeah, of course, the ADHD wasn't played a factor in that one way. Like, kind of played a factor in that too. I just didn't shut up, as you can probably tell. But it's just like, yeah, I just like I don't know. I'm just used to endurance streaming, and it's just like I just didn't really think anything of it. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say to that, really.
No, I agree.
I kind of derailed the whole topic.
I wish I had that. I wish I had that level of endurance. I just after about 2 hours of streaming, my brain just starts to shut off, and I'm like, I gotta go do other stuff. I can't justify this anymore. Like it's easy to justify spending $20. It's hard to justify spending $200.
Yeah,
It
also depends on the
same
time
level
too.
of logic to me. Yeah. Well, for me, like when my wife was working nights and I had the entire night off from 5 p.m. to the time I went to bed, I could stream for 3 hours. That's fine. Because I didn't have anything else going on unless I was working on art. But when she's upstairs waiting for me, I'm kind of just like,
you got better things going on.
I gotta go do other stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. There's something else more important that could be taking up at least another 3 to 4 hours of your time. Hopefully.
Exactly. Watching all of Invincible season 2. Let's go.
Exactly. There you go. But yeah, for me, it's like, I'm an overnight person. I'm awake during the overnights anyway. My wife is asleep before midnight. Then it's like she's not waking up till like 7:30. So it's like, I don't really as much. Sorry. Like I have a lot of downtime during my regular job, overnight job anyway. So it's like I usually use that time for a lot of catch up too. But it's like on my weekend, it's like I don't want to be doing I was like, what else can I really do at like 1 a.m, whenever, just without waking anybody else up? And it's just like, if I only stream for like 2 to 3 hours, like, okay, great. It's still 4 a.m. I'm not going to be going to bed for another 3 to 4 hours anyway. It's like, what the fuck else do I do? I'm not saying that like stream is the only option I have, but it's like I'd rather be doing it during the overnight. I mean, it's the thing that I'd rather be doing during the overnight than like anything else I have before me. Especially because it means that I can actually like talk to people and stuff and like engage with them. And it's just like, it gives me an opportunity to be around people at a time where I normally wouldn't be, I guess, as opposed to just like sitting on my ass doom scrolling Twitter.
I feel
What's up?
I was gonna say I totally forgot that you and your significant other are you guys are opposite schedules, right? Like
she's a morning person. I'm the opposite of that. Exactly.
That's rough.
But hey, at least we both get our evenings. Yeah.
Yeah. Meet in the middle.
Yeah. I love putting the meat in the middle, you know me. But I was thinking of it, and it's like, me sleeping from 9 to 5. If I was a day person as well, like me sleeping from 9 to 5 would be no different than me going to work from 9 to 5. The only difference is that the schedule doesn't end on the weekend. As much as I hate to say it, so it's just like I get that I'm not exactly around during much of the weekend daytime anyway. But it's like that's it's not enough to be necessarily. I don't want to say it's not enough to be a deal breaker for overnight work. It's more just like, I don't know. Sometimes I can be up early, sometimes I can't. But like, it's just I can't do mornings. I can't wake up in the morning. I just like, sure, I've done security work where I've done enough time in security. I've spent enough time in security work where I've had shifts all over the board and had to basically have no specific sleep schedule other than how long I'm been awake. But it's just like, I've had morning jobs. I've never been able to get up. I've never been able to wake up early. Like I can go to bed at 6 a.m. I can't wake up at 6 a.m. to save my life. So it's like,
I feel that. The only thing that stops me from doing night work is that people still want stuff from you during the day. They still want you to be
Yes.
on, and they look
Yep.
at it and go, well, you did your work at night, so why are you being lazy during the day? And it's like, no, you
Yeah.
forget that I've flipped. Your 9 a.m. is my 9 p.m.
Exactly. I've been awake for
And-
16
and-
fucking hours.
Yep. Nope. And for some reason that just doesn't, there's some people, especially the parents' generation, that does not click
Yep.
to them. And I remember I had to have a conversation with one of my bosses for my second job, because he said, "Oh, you're working night work? Cool, you can come in." He made me work 36 hours straight.
Ouch.
And my other job had me behind the wheel, and I had to go home. And
Ooh.
I went home, and he called me the next morning. He's like, "Hey, come into the office." I'm like, "You do realize that if I come into the office, I won't have slept for 2 days." And he's like, "What are you talking about? It's the morning." I'm like, "I worked last night." And it just did not click with him. So I had to sit him down and be like, "Listen, do not call me from this time to this time." And he'd be like, "Oh, but that's like when we're open." I'm like, "Yeah, don't call me. I'm not available."
Right. Exactly.
But
Like-
just to this day, he's like, "Yeah, I always remember when you were lazy like that and you took an entire month off." I'm like,
Lazy. That was
Uh-huh.
fucking burnout.
"Yep." No, it wasn't even burnout. It's that he was
Right.
calling me, asking me to come in when I was supposed to sleep.
Oh God. I'd be like, well, hey, how'd you like to do your job at 1 a.m? It's like, if he fucking says like, well, like why the hell do you think I do that? It's like, well, great. How do you think I feel when you call me at fucking 9 a.m. and I haven't slept for and I normally sleep around this time? Like, think about trying to call somebody in like Europe or some shit at like, you know, regular time, your time. They're like, what the fuck do you want? It's 5 a.m. Why you call me now?
I mean,
But yeah, it just
this is
doesn't
also
click to
the,
people.
the same. This is the same guy who doesn't understand what a time zone is. He thinks that people in New York get off at 1 p.m. and are lazy.
Oh God. Ugh.
He's
pull
he's told me before, "Oh, we'll call them." Well, their call centers in New York, they're closed. It's 7 p.m. their time. Well, it's only 4 o'clock our time. They should be open. They've got another hour. No, they don't. It's 7 p.m. their time. But it's 4 o'clock.
The world revolves around the world revolves. I want to say the world revolves as much as I was going to say the world revolves around California. Then, but I mean, they're not the only person that technically thinks that, regardless of time zones. But yeah, it's like you want to talk about the epicenter of chronology. That'd be Greenwich Mean Time. That's Big Ben. Like that's. It's like yeah. It's like. It's like the way the world works, the way the Earth rotates and shit. It's not going to be the same. People not realizing it's going to be the same. It's not going to be the same time in other places of the planet, especially on opposite sides of the planet. It's like, yeah, yes, calling somebody in Tokyo from Los Angeles, it's totally going to be the exact same time. You know, no difference whatsoever. That's how time works, apparently. Time is consistent no matter where you're on the globe.
And if they pick up, it must be that they're doing the same thing you're doing.
Exactly. It literally, which in his case is probably fuck all.
Yep.
Nah, the audacity of some people, I
Anyway.
swear to God.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but-
Anyway.
Anyway. I tend
yeah.
not to focus on the negative, because I will get into the weeds of being negative. I will be the most
Yeah.
pessimistic bitch that you've ever met. But I don't like that part of myself, so I tend to not focus on it.
Yeah, the only time you want to focus on the negative is when you're developing photography.
Which
Exactly.
I've actually gotten into recently.
Hell yeah. I've been doing that for the past 10 years too. Well, as well like,
Oh, nice.
13 actually. Yeah.
Nice. I might pick your brain on some settings then.
Absolutely. I'm not exactly like a professional. I mean, no, I've been paid to do photography, so I'm technically professional, but I'm kind of one of those people who just wing it kind of thing. I have learned some tips and tricks from like people who are actually like proper professional photographers, but I kind of just like, hey, Lily, you did make a stream. Welcome in. Actually, it's kind of on the tail end, but it's good to have you here regardless. Yeah, but I'm not. I will say though, when people find out that I do photography, they show me things for landscape photography and like environment. It's like I don't do passive photography. I'm kind of those people who likes to do, I especially like to shoot with people. I don't especially like if I'm gonna shoot things, I want to shoot with people and think, I'm glad, Lily. I do appreciate that.
Nyanko's over here shooting people.
Literally, exactly. Exactly. In Minecraft, of course. In Walmart too, allegedly.
Oh yeah.
But hey, gotta test the camera somehow, especially before I buy them.
Not letting you near any schools. All right, let's keep going.
That took a dark turn real quick. But hey, Black Girls English too. But when I like to do part of the reasons why part of the reasons why I like bunny girls so much is they're just fun to do photos of. But I like to do a thing where I like to be in charge of my own scene kind of thing. I like to plan a thing, shooting a person with this thing in this setting. If it's I like to be creative in my photography efforts. Whereas like some people they just exactly. Some people they prefer to just take pictures of nature, take pictures of things that are already happening. It's like I've never really found the joy in that myself. So like you never see me shooting like a mountainside or something. Unless I'm playing like Gray Zone Warfare or something. But which we're gonna be doing this Sunday as well, back with the Sunday Squad. But I don't know. It's because everyone thinks like the photography is like everything photography is. So like I kind of just do these very specific things that I kind of enjoy, but I prefer to set a setting, have a person, and like maybe have a thing with it. But it's just like some people are like, oh, you want to take a picture of this squirrel? It's like, no, not really. So I didn't mean to fucking segue that into what the hell that was.
You're good.
I hear what we're talking about, but we are coming up on the we're coming to court after 1 our time. Yeah, so speaking of having not gone to bed yet, I've actually not got that in mind myself.
Please,
I still
we might need to end soon so that you can go sleep because you haven't slept yet, right?
We gotta feel again. Yes, that is true. I have not slept. It has been a little bit as well. I know, right? I gotta pull myself up, I gotta pull myself into bed by my bootstraps. Apparently.
Pull yourself up by those bootstraps. They haven't snapped yet.
Exactly. I get that. I mean, hey, for the right amount of money, somebody else can pull me up by my bootstraps too. I don't want to go that. Kind of. Exactly. But before we do that, then I do want to give my lovely guest the opportunity to get some more words in. Let's just go with a couple more questions. First and foremost, how do you hope to be remembered throughout your time as a VTuber?
Ooh. How do I hope to be remembered? That's a good question. It's a really good question that I have not thought about. Truth be told, I'd like to be stuck in the annals of the back of people's minds, and every once in a while, I want somebody to go,
I misheard that totally wrong.
What was his name again? Oh yeah,
that guy who does the thing. It looks like a fox and plays stuff.
And just I want to be that guy, but I want to like persist over the decades. I want like even after
I'm timeless. I am eternal.
Yes.
Time is nothing, but I am forever.
Somebody's gonna see my art one day, decades into the future, and be like, "Oh yeah, what was his name again? Oh yeah, there's his tag. Oh my gosh, I used to watch that guy." And then just it all comes flooding back, and it'll be like one of those montage scenes,
like the non-flashbacks, but in a good way.
Yes. going on a montage. Montage.
You need a montage. Always remember to fade out in a montage.
Yes.
I fucking love Team America.
That's
Please.
what I want. That is what I want. That is how I want to be
Hell
remembered.
yeah.
Fondly with a fade out montage.
Hell yeah. Fuck. I was trying to segue something into Team America that it was either that or fondling. But no, I didn't want to go there.
Now you're just gonna think about fondling Team America.
I mean, I was gonna say that the plot device during the montage was literally. Oh well, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. You guys can just go watch it. I mean, I was gonna say we did have somebody come in earlier named what is it? Scroton? What the fuck was it?
Scrotor the Barbarian. Yeah, Scrotor
There we go,
the
yeah.
Barbarian.
I was gonna say, so we're not too far off topic.
I love
Same.
that name.
That is gonna be a name for the age. It's like you want to talk about a name for the ages. There we fucking go. There's the guy right there.
Yeah.
Even
The ages of 18
You may
plus.
not know. You may not remember who I am, but you will remember my name. Exactly. That being said, though, segueing from that in particular, last question before we head to the send off. What would be your dream goal or dream experience as a VTuber, if anything were possible? Sky's the limit here.
Well, funny enough, I think my dream, like my big dream goal, I tend to set pretty realistic goals for myself, and I've met a lot
That's the
of the
first
goals
mistake.
that I set for myself. Yeah. I don't put dreams that are unachievable or that I'm just gonna go, well, one day I'll reach that. I put stuff that I go, okay, well, if I take these steps, I'll hit it eventually, like within the next year. So when I started streaming, I just wanted to socialize and interact with people, and there's a handful of people that I know that I can reach out to just to check up on and say hi every now and again. And now that I know that Nyanko does not like small talk, I am going to send you paragraphs that you're gonna have to read, that you're gonna get to the end of and go, oh, he's just saying hi.
I mean,
for my
small
art,
talk versus large talk.
Yes, it's gonna be large, but you're gonna be like, oh god, I can't take this, man. I can't take it. It's too big.
It's so big, I don't think I can take it. Jinx.
Send me small talk.
It'll be paragraphs of lorem ipsum et dolor.
I will say this though, for my art, my biggest goal that I set that I did not think I'd ever achieve was that I would get big enough to where someone would consider me their first choice for doing a piece. Not because of my price,
Ooh.
but because they liked my art. And I never,
Yeah, I fucking love your
thought
art
it was going
style.
to be I thought it was going to be a very long time before that happened. And that goal actually got met last November when Hanako reached out asking me to do the Bobby Niku piece.
Hell yeah.
Hanako reached out and basically told me I was their first choice because they liked my art, they liked me as a person.
Rightfully so.
And I said, "Oh, is it because
Fuck
of my
yeah.
is it because of my cost? Because I haven't told you the cost." And they said, "I don't care what the cost is. You're my first choice." And like,
Shut
I
up,
was
take my
on
money.
Cloud 9. I was on cloud 9 for the rest of that week. Like it didn't make my day, it made my week.
Aw.
And
Well, fuck yeah.
I even sent them a message. I'm like, hey,
Thanks
just
for
so
the
you
alert,
know,
John.
like this was my goal. You met my goal.
I love that. I mean, hey, I was a part of that because that was the art that was the Christmas art with the three of us, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. Like
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Yep.
Because like, fuck you, like it's like you just have that style about you where like you got super clean lines, super bold like shading of it. It's just like the way it pops. It's just like the like that's why like when you right because I remember you did those like faux the faux energy drink flavors, and I was like, damn, I got to get me one of those. Like you just have that, like, yeah, I remember that. You just have that.
The Gamer Subs art piece that I did
Yes.
for Limu.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she joked on one of her streams that she wanted Gamer Sups art, and I was like, all right, bet I'm gonna do that. And I did it because I didn't want any other artist to come in and do an art piece for only Furts.
And like here's the thing though, is that your art style, it suited it so well that like I would have thought to second nature that was literally a legit like drink mix label.
Oh, I'm blushing. Thank you. That is amazing. Gamer Subs would not pick me up. I am not well known enough.
Well, hey, you're welcome. B, deserve it.
Somebody told me that the person that does the art for Gamer Subs is actually the same person who did the animation for a little known animation called Meru the Succubus.
Interesting. Wait, is that the?
Yeah. Red succubus girl. If you don't know who it is, so that is
it's
the
coming to me
artist
now.
that they hired. Yeah,
I got you.
It's coming to a lot of people.
Well, a lot of people coming to her. And I get you for that. That makes sense. Even I know about her, and it's like I don't know much about. I know she exists. I know what she looks like. I know kind of the basics of of her principle. But yeah, like I want to say to that, just like but yeah, like you just have that like there's like that fun like action pop comic style art style where it's like it's super like it's super clean, super crisp, but also like it's energetic. It looks fun. And so it's like it's not the most anime, but it's like it fits for what it is. It doesn't look out of place.
I like my art to have like life to it, if that makes sense. I like my characters to look like they're in the middle of doing something. It doesn't have to be overly dramatic or overly crazy, but I don't want it to just be them standing somewhere or sitting somewhere. I want it to be, for instance, like I've been watching this anime called To Be Hero X. It's really good. It just came out. Highly recommend it. Music is top tier. Animation is great. The story is wonderful. And one of the characters, I saw his promotional video, and they're putting out these promotional videos for these characters that are just, they have more character depth than some animes ever get to. And this guy, like, I saw him and immediately I was like, this guy's going to be a fucking sensation. People on the internet are going to simp for this guy so hard. People are literally starting to simp for this guy more than Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Damn. Okay, that one is impressive.
Like, I'm gonna send you. Screw it. I'm gonna send you the video later after we're done. Yeah. And when you wake up, watch it and tell me that this guy is not the absolute like. Oh my god! This guy.
Please do.
I'm planning to do art of him. But like, the thing that I like about this anime is that every still frame, the characters are doing something. They are in weird poses. They're in dynamic poses. It's on the same level as JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
I was just gonna say it. That just made me think of JoJo.
They just strike poses, and like I had told one of my buddies that I wanted to do his character in a JoJo pose, and he's like, "Well, I don't like JoJo, but I like art, so I'll take it."
Hell yeah!
Like, okay, cool. He's one of my. I have a very small subset of people that I'm like, hey, I'm gonna do art for you. Shut up and take it. And they're like, yes, okay.
Shut up and take my art.
And
exactly.
Shut up and take my art. Exactly. And
I love that.
He's one of them. And I told him, oh yeah, I'm gonna do your character in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure style because he wants to get more into being a fitness VTuber. And he's
that makes
like,
sense.
Okay, cool. But like my character doesn't really have the build and physique of a JoJo character. And I was like, shut up. Like, I'm going to do it. Yeah. I'm like, he's gonna, because my character has a female version. Doesn't mean I'm built for it, but hey, we got to do it.
Hey, look at me and look at me.
So, yep. But I saw this and I'm like, oh, I'm going to do it in this style. I'm going to do it in this JoJo's Bizarre Adventure meets comic book Superman style. That is the best way I can explain this vibe. and it's just the cell shading, the way that they have the characters drawn, the way that the anime fights go from full 3D rotoscoped into the fight scenes. There's a transition. It happens immediately. It isn't a gradual thing. It happens immediately. The second a fight scene starts, it turns into a 2D masterpiece where they are colored in Technicolor and shaded with cell shading, and it just looks like you're watching something out of like a comic book superhero thing. Oh, it's so good. I have to send it to you. I have
Please
to send it to
do.
you. For everybody in chat, it is called To Be Hero X. To Be Hero X. Look it up. Look up the promo reels. Look up the videos, and if you have Crunchyroll, you can watch it. Highly recommend it. It, as an artist, it hits on every level, every cylinder. The music, the characters, the story, just all of it is 10 out of 10.
You gotta go
not
that
sponsored.
then. Hell yeah.
Not sponsored.
I love that. Yeah, definitely go check it out as well. I'll make sure to do so myself with some when I'm awake.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do appreciate the insight of that, because that definitely I think it's interesting. Yeah, it's good to get a good perspective on that too, and yeah, I can definitely see it in that case where kind of the inspiration comes from. I can see it in your art pieces as well. That being said, and everything you've done so far.
You. Thank you.
So appreciate. Hey, Xenohiko. Oh, somewhere. Maybe not here, because I haven't seen Hanako shouting in here yet. But yeah, there's some there. Where? But I don't want to call them out if they're lurking.
Calling out lurkers.
We don't call lurkers here. What the heck are you doing? Why are you calling out my Lycas? Oh, the art.
Oh, the art.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I was like, I feel like Hanako would speak up. So yes. The art of Hanako.
That makes sense.
Hanako is an art piece.
She is an art piece in and of herself. Exactly.
Yes, exactly. Same with you. Same with Sane. Same with Mia.
Well, thank you.
Like you guys, I tend to follow people who give me the vibe of they are a unique and interesting person, and there's a reason why I've come back to your stream and interacted as much as I have.
Well, hey, for the right price, you give any type of vibe you want. Heyo.
I tend to get. I've noticed I tend to get obsessed with certain people in the VTuber space. You, Hanako, Mia, Searchu.
I love Searchu.
There's been Searchu's fucking amazing. I still spam her little emote every day, wondering when she will come back to the streaming space. She's hilarious. I love her. I love her energy. The energy.
Apparently, it might be the next month or so. Absolutely, I fucking love her.
Wow, that'd be awesome.
She was recently moving, I think it was, and she kind of had she had to sort some stuff out for herself and with kind of family and whatnot, and I can totally understand that because it's kind of the same way. But yeah, there is going to be a timeline of when she's going to be returning to I can don't say to active duty, but to streaming activities.
Active duty. I hope she
not to go without saying that. Yeah, because I think she was streaming like every day before.
She streamed every day for a year, and then just was like, "All right, guys, I'm taking a break. Bye." Yeah,
I would not blame her after that. But of course, I do just want to say it goes without saying. Of course, I fucking love Hanako and Mia and Sane as well. I just wanted to highlight Search because haven't really talked much about her in a good while. So keep an eye. She has been active on Twitter again every now and then. So definitely keep an eye on that too, because that's probably where you're gonna find out more than anything else. Though she is also in my servers, I can always hit her up there too. But that being said, though, speaking of hitting people up, we're coming on the top. We're currently top of the half. What are your upcoming weekend plans, if any, or is there anything particular looking forward to this weekend?
Oh. So I am going to take my wife out for a wonderful lunch of sushi because she is gluten intolerant
yeah.
and sushi is all I can ever think about, which means that I'm constantly buying her sushi. We're gonna go
Fucking
to
love
Costco.
that.
I'm gonna buy some new shirts
Hell yeah.
because my cat's claws have been snagging my shirts, and I need a whole new
It wasn't me,
wardrobe.
chat.
And then
Can't blame me for that.
and then don't forget chat, because I almost did. It is Mother's Day tomorrow in the US.
Oh wow, right.
Yeah, so I'm
Hell yeah.
gonna be spending
Get something
some
for
time
your
with,
mama before I do.
for the in-law and for my mom, and yeah, we're
The one you like, the one you hate, exactly.
And no, I would never say hate. Help me.
Exactly. Blink one, blink twice if you're in a hostage. I don't know. Blink twice if you need to escape. Exactly. Yeah.
Just starts furiously blinking.
Exactly.
I love it here.
Oh boy. Exactly. But yeah, I feel you there. I gotta figure something as well. But anyway, before we go out, first and foremost, we'll get to the raid later. But do you have anything else you'd like to say to our viewers before you go? Before we go, I should say, because we're both gonna go, not just you.
Okay. Let's see. I see. So as an artist, I see a lot of VTubers get really obsessed with having a fancy model and a perfect debut stream, and they feel like they need to get art done daily to stay relevant. I love it when people commission me for art. Please, I can honestly tell you, none of that matters. Develop a personality. Be someone like Nyanko. Be someone who has energy, who makes people want to come back. And if you do that, it doesn't matter what your model looks like. It doesn't even matter if you have a model. It doesn't matter if you get art. It doesn't matter if you're active on social media. People will be drawn to you.
It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan.
Yes, of course. Of course,
Yes,
Batman. Yeah.
Couldn't help it.
Embrace the scuff. Embrace the scuff. Remember to have fun with it. Push the damn button. And if your end goal is like having a good time, don't focus on making money or struggling to maintain viewers. Just have fun with it. No amount of money can overtake the joy that you'll have in this space. And that's all I can really say.
Unless it's like $1 billion or something.
I mean, I feel like if I got handed $1 billion, I probably would just quit my job and stream full time because
that makes two of us.
I'd just do I'd just do it to have fun.
We'd have the time.
I'd be like, cool. I don't have to worry about bills. I can afford to do all the things that I want. Sweet.
Exactly.
I'm going to do this.
The people who say money can't buy happiness have never been truly happy without... Wait, no. I don't know. The people who say money can't buy happiness have too much money to care anyway. Money can't absolutely buy happiness. It can buy the time to be... Money can't straight up buy happiness. It can buy the time to become happy. There we go.
Money can buy happiness, but it is not the end all goal. If your end all goal is to have money, then your end all goal is to be happy.
Exactly.
Nobody gets to the end of their life. Nobody gets to the end of their life and says, "Oh, I wish I had made more money." Nobody.
That's the thing. The only people who remember how much time you spent working overtime is your family. Your boss and everything else aren't going to care.
Yep. Exactly.
Absolutely agree there.
Nyanko, thank you so much for having me today. This was a pleasure.
Aww.
I really enjoyed it.
And my pleasure too, sir.
This is my second longest stream ever, and I have had a blast every second of it.
Well, I know a thing or two about having something long and having a blast, Ayo.
Yeah,
but I appreciate having you on. I'm glad that we finally had the opportunity to do this, especially after waiting for so long too. I hope I hope that was well worth the wait, and we left everyone leaving satisfied. Exactly. But that being said, you are the guest of honor, sir. Who would you like us to raid you today?
Let's raid Mia.
Hell, oh yeah, they're on.
Mia's live right now
shit,
doing
they
Just
are on.
Chatting.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I was gonna say I don't see
Ooh,
okay.
Pokemon card hand cam stream.
Hanako, but
I-
let's do it. Oh yeah,
I
and they're in their Donathon
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't expect to see them both streaming at the same time because that I don't think they really like to overlap each other, and I think Hanako is also at work at the time.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that
but,
makes sense.
yeah.
Hanako has said that. Yeah.
Hanako said, sorry, I didn't cut you out there.
No, Hanako has said that their work typically keeps them from being able to come to your streams. So
Yeah,
they've
that is
told me how
unfortunate.
sad they are about that. And I said, well, watch the VODs, and they're like, yeah, I'll watch the VODs.
But it's not the same. I know. I do
No,
miss seeing them
it's
around as
not.
well, but I totally get it. I know it's all on me though, because I did have to change up my schedule just based on when I run now and everything. But I do always enjoy getting to talk to them when I do. We do
That's
actually
okay.
talk previously as well. Exactly. We'll get around. We'll get around again at some point. I'm not going too far
Exactly.
anywhere. I just happen to be available at a different time, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's kind of a blessing and a curse, so to speak. Before we go, though, I do just want to say also big thank you to Karai for the raid. Big thank you as well to Demon, Karai, and yourself for the subs and the gift subs, and Nakota and both of you as well for all the cheers and the bits and getting the hype train going. Holy shit, that was one hell of a stream, I gotta say. Thank you so much to Decor for also shouting at Foxless again, saved me from having to do so as well. But that being said, I also gonna give a big thank you once again to the lovely Fox Plays for joining us for I was just looking at sorry, I just want to I was just looking at Mia's chat when the audacity of some people. Somebody literally came into Mia's stream. First thing they say is, "Bro, your voice changer's off," and they get I hope they got insta banned for that because goddamn.
Oh my God. No, Mia, if I know Mia will turn on the testicle toggle and be like, nah, dude, look at these.
Look at my balls. Exactly.
lick my balls.
Love that. But yeah,
No,
exactly.
that is
Get
amazing.
fucked. Absolutely. But yeah, I just want to give you a big thank you once again. Fox Plays finally having the opportunity to sit down and get chatting up with you on this lovely Friday afternoon now.
Yeah.
But yeah, had a hell of a time. Got to learn more about you as well. So I was playing it. I might just be repeating myself at this point, but yeah, thank you again for coming here today. I'm glad that I had you, and I'm glad that we got to do this. And I hope you have yourselves a wonderful weekend as well. Thank you, everybody, as well, for tuning in and for joining us for the Friday Morning 2 for 1 with the wonderful Fox Plays. But for now, we're going to raid over to our wonderful wonderful fellow Bobby Nico friend, the head founder of the head founder of Bobby Ian. Exactly. And so as per usual, I need to go to bed before I kind of lose my train of thought. Before I lose my train of everything else here at this point. Get this into clipboards, you know what to do, buddy. And right, we will see you tomorrow morning, 1 a.m. Pacific time for Crab Champions, 4 a.m. Pacific time, switching over to Deep Rock Galactic, ending by 7. And then the Sunday morning we'll be back for more Gray Zone Warfare with the Sunday Squad. Same time, 1 a.m. Pacific time. Thank you all for joining. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your evening, rest of your weekend, whatever time it is where you are. Commence. We're going to kick off the raid for that. And remember, you miss 100% of shots you don't take. Regardless of whether or not your balls fit the basket.
You're right.
Dangly parts.
See you all next time, chat, and Xiao Meow.
Kicking off your workday with a fresh-baked feline frenzy.
You're watching and listening to Nyongo Bongo Dongo.
Now let's get this bread.
Hey, boogie, boogie,